What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, you know how we do, baby. Early in the morning. Hey, little wake and bake, little rise and grind for the culture. Ah, yes. How you living, my friend?
I'm good, dude. Good, dude. It's,
I like that TP on you too, man.
Thanks,
Pro
man.
Bowl edition, Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hey.
Appreciate it,
It's
man.
clean little vibe, man. Clean little vibe.
Yeah, great weekend. It's been a minute since we've been in the booth here.
Bro, it has.
Friday with the banner interview.
Bro, he just set us off, man. It was so epic, so funny, with certain comments that were made or about to be made that, you know, we just need to take a little, we had to get a little day, an extra day to just recover.
No, 100%.
Shout out to the sunburn, though.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
Dude.
A lot of going on, huh?
It was. I'm trying to think, where do I even start? Had the solo show Saturday. That was a blast. Definitely enjoyed that. Forgot, what did I do? I had company Saturday night after that because we were celebrating, was it Juneteenth, right? We're celebrating that first national or federal holiday. So that was a fun little vibe. Then Sunday was Father's Day, man.
Yeah.
So for me, man, I was like, I wanted to chill. I just need to just have a day where we just kick it back, just us, cook right here, cooked out on the grill, watch some of the NBA games, man, but just vibed out. It was a good little vibe. And then wife surprised me with some heat, some shoe heat, man. Definitely gonna have a video coming soon with that. She thoroughly surprised me, bro. I was like, whoa, babe, I didn't know you even knew about this right here. Like, okay, I
kind of want to ask what shoes they were, but it's a surprise.
It's gonna be a dope little vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dope though. For the culture, man. It touched my heart. You know, it had my nostalgia feel to it and everything. I loved it, man. But yeah, then after that, Monday I had my golf thing, man, with McGuire Memorial. I brought my hat out today, showed them a little love, man. That was a blast too, even though I survived the tornado.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That little tornado thing that touched down up there in Cranberry area. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were, yeah.
Did you play through it? What? Yeah, how did that
So it was supposed to storm all day, right? Tornado warning and stuff like that. Well, no, it wasn't a tornado warning at first. It was just supposed to storm throughout the day. So it doesn't storm though, right? So we're, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're like, dang, all right, might have a good day here. About 2:45, start to see the clouds. About 2:47, the phone started to go off. We get the dig on the iPhone, tornado warning. I'm like, all right. By the time we go from the green, and not the other green, like the putting green, to the cart, opens up, we're all racing to get back. You seeing trees fall over, lightning hit, hail. Like, bro, it was nuts. Like, literally everybody that made it back to the clubhouse, soaking wet, just drenched. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah. I post some of the pictures, man, and like you can see like before I got wet versus like after. Like, my clothes, like everything just looks different. But it was a vibe though, man. It was good, man. Up at was that Treesdale, right? Yeah, Treesdale. So it was good, man. I gotta get you, man. We gotta get out here and hit it a little bit.
Well, dude,
baby.
did you see my tweet? I'm trying to start I'm
trying
to start a match. Did you?
You saw the retweet? I'm with you.
Well, dude, I think that could be the real match. I know Brady, Rogers.
I'm ready.
This could be the match for Pittsburgh right here.
Listen, I'm a scramble golfer. That's what I've identified myself.
I love scrambles too. Yeah,
I'm a scramble guy because I might not consistently get it. But I got some times where I'm gonna give you some good quality hits off the drive, some good mid range, and I'm gonna putt every once in a while. It's gonna get a little freaky on me. You know what I mean? So yeah, as long as I'm paired with another person, man, we could combo that thing up.
I think you
got skills.
For the people that don't know, I tweeted out. I think it should be me and Moats versus Joe Hayden and TJ Watt. I think that is a fair match because
no question, man.
Isn't Joe Hayden pretty good?
I mean, for us, yes, he's pretty good. Yes.
Well, TJ's not so good.
Exactly. So
we're halfway decent. That's what I mean.
We pair up nice, man.
I think we should make it happen. If no one knows about this in the YouTube comments, go on my Twitter, chilling with Deke, retweet this tweet.
Yes, man.
Try to get some action. I'm gonna make more stuff.
We're trying to get a 2-on-2 golf tournament going, man. Whereas me and Deke, we're gonna challenge anybody that wants smoke. That's what we on right now, man.
Yeah.
We'll take them in the morning, wake and bake style. We could do it in the midday, Gotta have that little afternoon session, or we can go hit them at nighttime. It don't matter, man. We want anything that they offer.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
That's what we do, man.
But yeah, that's kind of my weekend. That idea came to me yesterday. I'm like, we need to make this happen somehow, some way.
I wasn't a golf guy. Now, big golf guy. Yep. I even got my golf hat on. I like my golf shoes now. I consistently go to the bag. Like, I got to get my shoes. Just wait, guys. I got to get my glove. Just wait. I'm happy that I've done 2 golf outings now, and I've actually made it through 18 holes, and I had multiple balls remaining.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Like, it used to be where, hey, when we get to like the last like 6 or 7 holes, I'm over here looking on the woods like, hey, is there a random ball? Anybody see a ball I could borrow? Now, though, I'm like, yeah, I got extra. I ain't tripping. So that's a sign of my growth. That's all I'm throwing out.
You find any out on the course?
That's
always a gift.
I found a couple too. Yeah. I've looked at my collection now. I'm like, okay, I got Merrill Hodges bag. Oh, nope, that's from this event. Oh, I don't know what company this is, but I'm rock with that too. So it's been so far so good, man.
Yeah, so hopefully we can make that happen, man.
Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna be making some more promotional things for it.
Hey, I'm with it, man.
It's gonna be called The Match.
I'm telling you, I'm retweeting it, bro. I'm on board, baby. Yes, indeed. And top of the morning to my peoples in the chat. Yes, indeed. We see y'all out here, Black and Martyred. Yes, indeed. Greg Wakefield, what up? Hey, South Florida still 777. Appreciate the happy Father's Day as well, man. Happy Father's Day to everybody, or happy belated Father's Day. I think we said it Friday on the front end, but just to make sure we double hit that thing, because us daddies out here need that love, baby. Shout out to all the fathers, baby. Yes, indeed. Aiden, wake and bake. Y'all know what it is today, man. Got to get that early morning session in Jar Devil. I'm with you. Got you called Deke Flanders today. I like that. That's a nice little vibe, bro. You don't know how many people.
I'm not a Simpsons guy.
Bro, it was a ton of people hitting me up about your appearance, man. They were loving that look Friday, bro. They were loving it.
What did I even wear Friday?
You had the DEA look on with the pit hat.
Oh, the pit hat.
The trucker hat.
Yeah.
The beard was like fresh. The stash was fresh that day. Like,
yeah, because I had the beard shaved. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you smoke cigarettes, work on cars, man, and steal tax money, man. It was dope, bro. I like that look on you, though, man. And Donald, he got hit with the little tornado action too. He said his power was out all day from that thing yesterday, man.
Damn.
Or Monday, yeah. It got nuts, bro. It was bad. It was really bad. But it was a fun time though, man. Oh, and we got a first timer in the live show. Cree
What's
X.
good?
Cree X. Welcome to the live show, baby. Hope you enjoy yourself. We are glad that you've been able to catch this one. And Jar Devil also says to me and the good people, get your vitamins in, everyone, with a non-vitamin emoji. It looks more like a blowing leaf with smoke around it. So neither here nor there, but I like it. And let's see, Black and Mortar. I just saw it. Black and Mortar. First off, appreciate the love early in the morning too, baby. Oh, we're going to definitely get into this convo though in a little bit. But he just asked in the comment section, he says, who would you rather have, Trey Turner or Malik Hooker? Also, morning, fellas. Thanks for all you do as usual. Black and Mortar, we definitely going to get into this convo. That's super hot and spicy, and we're going to have to give it its full due. We're not going to rush that. Trust me, it's coming though. And that's in the show today. So just stay tuned. We got you, baby. Yes, indeed. But man, and then we got the morning check-in. Let's see where is the morning check-in time?
Yeah.
I feel like it's morning check-in time. So y'all already know what we're about to do right here, man. In the chat, in the comment section, let us know where you are tuning in from on this lovely morning, man. So we can get you that morning shout out real quick, baby. Oh, and Kai246, Moats, have you lost some weight? Yeah, man. I've been on my slim mode, baby. Slim thick daddy over here. Shout out to Deke. He inspired me last night,
people have been paying attention,
man. Huh? They have. But it's certain things when I don't post a lot of pictures, but when I post it, like, oh man, you look lean a little bit. But I showed that taco meat last night, Deke. It was for you, baby.
Oh damn, I missed the picture.
Cause yeah, man. We had the anniversary last night, man. So I put it on IG. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, put it on the IG and the socials, man. But we had our anniversary last night, celebrating the big 10-piece. So I said, you know what?
Oh, you had a button down on.
I said, let me show off a little bit of this taco.
Okay.
Let me show. People were definitely putting in the comment section.
What is that?
Taco
I gotta
meat
check
Moats, taco meat Deke. I was like, yo, let's get it.
Okay.
So yeah, man. But yeah, yes, I have dropped a little bit, man. Just getting my fit life on, man, having fun. And whoa, I don't know how to say your name. Ep.186. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Appreciate you showing love for my shirt, man. I'm a big Friday guy, man.
Nice.
Friday, Smokey, Craig, Debo, and the crew. But all right, let's see, man. What the morning check-in looking like? All right. Here we go. Are you ready for this, Deke? Are you sure you're ready for the morning check-in? This is gonna be like our new vibe when we go on the Wake and Bake. All right.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, so here we go, man. So we got Just Blaze from the 412, top of the morning to you. Stephanie Ramirez, ooh, early riser. She says, good morning, 7 a.m. in California. I like it. Definitely appreciate the love and support. What else we got out here? Where else are we looking at? All right. Peter Mills from Wheaton, Illinois. Yes, indeed. Whoa. Cornell Banks, first live show, tuning in from South Korea.
Oh, cool.
Dude, major love, man.
What time is it?
Yeah, what time is it?
Oh, that's got to be like 2 a.m. maybe.
Dude, yeah, midnight. That's dope though, man. Yeah, let us know what time it is in the chat, Cornell, man. But we appreciate you tuning in with us. And Juan, I'm going to get you too, man. Suns in 4. I like that. Appreciate the support. We're going to get to them early today too. We're not putting them on the back burner, baby. Money bags though. Shout out South Carolina. We know how you do. And we got Jar Devil in here tuning in from San Pedro, California. West Coast, baby. And then, here we go. Pittsburgh love. Simeon. I think that's how you say it, right? Simeon McCoy, Pittsburgh, baby, in the building. And then Economics, Northern Iowa, Just Blaze with the Harrisburg. Okay, we got Beaver County in the building, too. Shout out to Tate Boys with the DC action. Clarksville, Tennessee. Okay. B more. Man, y'all are out here. And then shout out to DJ Lundy coming in from the crib, Norfolk, Virginia, 757. I like it. H-Town.
I was going to say H-Town.
But so you see the Houston in here. Oh, we got
Memphis.
I see hi from Israel. I don't know how to say your name. I can't read it, but I do see you tuning in from Israel, man. That is awesome as heck. We definitely appreciate that support as well, man.
It's not too bad out in Korea. 11:13 right now.
Oh,
11:13 p.m.
Oh, sweet. So it's a primetime vibe.
Yeah, like a late show. This is like the late show.
The Tonight Show for him, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's dope right there, man. We appreciate that. Q, major love, man. We appreciate that support too. Said he just got off work, but he had to tune into the show for support. Man, we appreciate you tuning in, man. Hope you didn't work too hard, and now you get a chance to wind down, baby, with a little wake and bake. I like it. Big
we got a
Twink
couple people
man.
From Mexico City, Mexico.
What? Viva Mexico, man. Yep. Major love. Upstate New York in the house. I see your Big Twink the man. Yes, indeed. Memphis. Okay. Sean Harris. I like it. Yes, indeed.
We got someone that's on the moon.
Ooh.
I don't know if he's talking about Moon Township.
Hey, you never know.
He's making a little bit of a joke.
Hey. As long as we're all taking off in the same place, man, it's like a roller coaster. You know, when we first start these mornings, like click, morning wake up. All right, keep going. Deke's funny vitamins start to hit around 11. All right, keep going. Moats vitamins hit around noon. All right, keep going. And then before you know it, man, this show gets turned out, bro.
Yeah.
That's how we live out here, man. We just having a little fun with it, man. Shout out to Jason, though, man. Covington, Georgia. Yes, indeed. Man. It is awesome, though, seeing where everybody's... and it's Jack from Israel. Man, we appreciate you tuning in, Jack, and thanks for the name clarification. Yes, indeed, bro. This is a vibe, though, man. I like this right here, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I like when the people, man, just, give us a little feedback. Let us know Dallas, Texas, Orlando, Florida. Because like we always say, this is Steeler Nation, man, and they are literally...
Nationwide. Actually, worldwide. We're seeing worldwide right now.
We got Israel, South Korea, man, all over the place. Excuse me. Yes, and Saul Pina. I'm glad that he just said Hollister, California. See you guys week 2. Shout out to Hollister, California. More so shout out to Hollister, man. That was one of my first jobs, bro. Yes, indeed, man. I tell you, I was one of the little models, right? At the mall.
You did? Wait, did you say it on the podcast?
I have, yeah.
You did? Uh-huh. Okay, I was going to say, because it was a hilarious story. I forgot if it was on the podcast or not.
So seeing the little house, I'm like, yo. Hey, what's up? Flex my man boobs real quick, you know what I mean? They liked that back then. It was cool. It was a vibe. But yes, man. So with that wide, or he said, Zach Bird said planet wide. That's what I was looking at. Oh, and why? Oh, man, geez. I like it. All right. So without further ado, man, we get this thing rolling, right? And we got to start out with this hot topic, man. We had a little crazy game last night. Now, typically we start with basketball at the end of this thing, but the game was so nuts last night that even on my anniversary, I had to tune into it, man. Anniversary. I had to tune in. Wifey tuned in too, so it was all good. She like,
you guys are both basketball fans, so it was probably part of the itinerary, right?
Absolutely, bro. Oh my goodness, though. The game was crazy. I mean, the back and forth nature of it. Obviously, this was the second game between the Clippers and the Suns where they weren't going to have Chris Paul and Kawhi Leonard, both of the team's stars. And just seeing how that game went from the Suns pretty much being up and being in control the whole game, but this crazy last 2 minutes where that game goes from being, oh yeah, man, Suns got this, to, are the Clippers really about to do this? To, is it playoff P? To, is it pandemic P? To, is it the referee's fault? To, is it a goaltend? is at the game-winning alley-oop for the cash. Oh my gosh, man! You talk about an emotional roller coaster, baby. It was just awesome. It was awesome, man.
I wish I got to experience it, but at the same time, the way you laid it out, you were like, bro, these last 2 minutes were just ridiculous because it was 30 minutes long. Because I had band practice yesterday, so I was able to check out the game this morning. So I didn't get that whole, wow, I'm sitting around in the waiting for this foul call. What the hell's going on? Did they get the call right? So I didn't get any of that. I just saw some of those big plays that were going on in those last 2 minutes. And I thought the same thing. Suns were in control the whole game. All of a sudden, George gets this nice layup to have the Clippers go up. I'm
aggressive. It was an aggressive layup.
I know. He had a couple really nice shots late in the game. I'm like, wow, are the Clippers really going to steal this? Like, even with Kawhi being out, Chris Paul being out, it seems like the Suns had the advantage, especially with Cameron Payne going off like he did. So if the Clippers were able to steal that in Phoenix, that would have been crazy. But then the last couple minutes played out how they did. Paul George missed the free throws. Couple calls go the Suns' way, and then all of a sudden they make the alley-oop.
I like how you said a couple calls go the Suns' way, and we just go ignore one of the bigger calls. Yeah, right. That call where Patrick Beverley hits the ball out of Devin Booker's hand, and they keep slowing it down, and they said, oh no, that's out on Devin Booker. We all have played basketball in some form, right? Whether it's high school, rec ball, just dribbling with your friends in the neighborhood. Anybody that saw the play knows. If I'm playing defense on you, Deke, and you're dribbling the ball with your hand, and I smack the ball at your hand, yes, the ball might graze your hand, but who's the ball out on? It's not out on you, Deke. It's out on me because I'm the one who smacked it out your hand. Seeing them take, first off, forever to even review that, and then for them to flip the call, like, bro, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
That's a fair point.
I couldn't believe it, man.
There's some people, we were watching Skip earlier, that's saying they got lucky with that Ayton call at the end where it hit off the rim and Ayton went for the rebound. It looked like it hit off his hand. Did they review that or no?
They reviewed the play before that. They didn't review the specifics of the Ayton play right here. Well, it's actually showing right now, right? But they did make sure that they were, I forgot what they reviewed. It was like 3 or 4 reviews right before that happened because that last 2 minutes probably took about an hour.
I know, that's what you were saying.
And actually, it's funny, even in the chat, they're saying the same thing right here. Like, man, the 2 minute hour. Yes. That definitely was what it was. Trina Steele diva, without a doubt. And Peter also says that last minute took forever. I just couldn't believe like how choppy it got. But the crazy thing was the execution in between those plays. Like, you watch, okay, this ball gets knocked out here. They drop a play for this team, right? Boom. Execute right at the break. All right, cool. Play happens. Another stop. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Drop another play. Boom. Execute around the play. It was just dope to see the adjustments being made by both coaches, offensively and defensively, but how both teams were handling it and just being resilient with it. Like when Paul George hit that layup after that Devin Booker crazy call to me, I was like, man, I don't know. Like this might be it. Then I think the next play was when Devin Booker came down, he passed it. They missed it in the corner. Now you got Paul George going to the line for the 2 free throws. Should be done. But wow, like it was just crazy, man. I couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe he missed the free throws. But
I was gonna say it didn't look like it was a choke job. No, like it's different between like Giannis airballing it.
He hit 2 dope shots prior to the free throws.
I just think there were misses.
Yeah, man.
For whatever reason, like the first one was probably the best shot because it was like in and out. The last one just hit off the back of the rim. He was probably trying to overcompensate for it. But yeah, that was just crazy how it all played out, dude. I feel bad for George a little bit because he has been balling out. But I think with those 2 free throws, that Pandemic P moniker is going to stick with him a little bit.
It is, and it's unfortunate, man, because people in here, they're actually showing love to PG, man. Donald Copeland says, no more Paul George slander. I'm with you, man. Like, I didn't want to go Pandemic P. It was just funny because he missed the free throws, but he was balling out. Like, the 2 clutch jumpers he hit, that split the defense, split the double, hit the layup, like, that was mean. Like, he showed up. Patrick Beverley showed up as well, even though at times I feel like he's a little slightly OD, you know, like headbutting, out of control. But he got the job done. I mean, he frustrated Devin Booker for the majority of the time. Like, Book, you can tell, like, that's what he does. That's, as much as we're not the biggest fans of Beverley, he does get under people's skin. And you can tell, like, at times he was in Booker's head as well, man. But, man, the Suns, dude, I don't know, man. Because I know you said your Nets are going to win it all, right? Is that still a thing? I can't remember. Because last time we talked, I think I was trying to talk you off that ledge, and you were still like, "Yo, they got it. I'm taking them every game. They're gonna win it all. Don't worry about it." And then they were going to Game 7. And you were like, "Don't bet against Durant," which, by the way, I did, and I won. I had a parlay going on with the Bucks to win straight up money line, along with Korean Zombie, my UFC fighter, getting the dub. Shout out to both of those things happening. Thank you. But yeah, man, it was just I didn't think that.
The league's just lucky Kyrie and Harden were hurt. That's it.
What it was.
I'm not gonna lie. I still thought they were gonna win even without Kyrie.
I did it too, bro. Overtime hit. I said, "Lord."
What's crazy? This is the craziest thing. Seriously, if his foot's not on the line, Budenholzer's fired. They're talking about breaking up the Bucks.
True.
Now the Bucks are probably the favorite to win the NBA Finals.
Yeah. That
is the fine line of this type of stuff. And it's fine line of yesterday's game.
You think
even
the Bucks are the favorite to win the finals now?
I actually think they are Vegas wise.
Oh, okay.
I think they're -105.
Okay, because I saw some Go Hawks coming up in here. Some Trey Young fans out here, man.
They got to be the biggest underdog, I'd say.
They've been an underdog in like every one, haven't they? Though.
Yeah.
Like every series they've been the underdog, and then obviously the Final Four, they're definitely the underdog from a Vegas standpoint. Yeah, because. Yeah, you're definitely Bucks probably be the best.
Clippers might be now because they're down 0-2 and that series hasn't even started yet.
Like beforehand, like before all that played out. Yeah, and also with Clippers, we know if Kawhi were to say he's available, their odds drastically increase as well.
Well,
whereas nothing like the Hawks can do to like boost their, outside of like other teams not being able to have guys go, the Hawks aren't going to have some magical guy return. It's they increase their chances now. Like they don't have that.
Well, the Clippers have been down 0-2 in the prior 2 series, so maybe this is their thing.
I saw somebody tweet that the series doesn't start until the Clippers go down 0-2. And shout out to Cornell Banks right here. He says Patrick Beverley is the Cortland Finnegan of basketball.
Oh, wow.
You know what, man?
Finnegan was legit, though.
Beverly's legit. First team on defense.
Oh, that's tough, though.
What's the difference? Cortland Finnegan wasn't this like interception maestro, but he was going to give you high quality play. He was a Pro Bowler. Patrick Beverley, he might hit in the case. He's hit threes. Think about was that game 7? Game 7 closing out the Jazz. He hit a couple threes in that game, man. Like he gives you a little bit on offense, great energy on defense.
The reason I think that is,
and he's definitely an irritant as well.
Patrick Beverley to the position of point guard versus Cortland Finnegan to the position of cornerback doesn't equal up because Cortland Finnegan was like he was probably a top 5 corner in the league at that time. Where like Beverly's not a top 5 point guard. I get the sentiment
top
of
5 defender though.
As
a point guard.
I was gonna say I get the sentiment of that he's just gonna get in your face and stuff and annoy you.
I look at like Cortland Finnegan as he was a top 5 corner, but not a top 5 defender as a whole. Like to all fair. 11 guys where you can. Beverly's not top 5, but you can make a case like he's in the top 15.
He had a good run a couple years ago where a lot of people were putting him up there with all the other top defenders in the league.
Hey man, what Russ say? Hey man, that boy got you fooled out here, man. He just running around.
I mean, there were moments last year. There's been moments in his career where you're just like, bro, he's like chirping from the bench.
Yeah.
Or he's talking smack and stuff. It's like, you're not on these dudes' level. You're not on LeBron's level.
Last year,
you're not on Curry's level.
1, 2, 3 Cancun. Oh man.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of people don't like him or just have bad feelings about him because he does talk this smack like he's Damian Lillard or Steph Curry.
He definitely feels like he's in that combo.
You're just not. Like, it's another thing if he wouldn't be talking like that and is playing this amazing defense, is getting in people's face. Like, we know your role. Like, this is really valuable. But then to start talking smack like that, it's like, no, bro.
I'm with it, bro. I'm with it, man. 100%.
So what do you think then in terms of this series? CP3, maybe Kawhi coming back. They're saying CP3's hopeful for Game 3.
I still haven't saw an update on Kawhi yet, though. Have you? The fan.
It might still be an ACL.
No. I thought it was. I thought it was a sprained knee. Remember, they said ACL was too hot of a word to put on Kawhi, so they said.
I just don't think he's coming back,
bro. I personally don't think he is either. But I didn't even think that was necessarily because of how severe or not severe the knee might be. I just figured we saw Kawhi when he was in San Antonio, and when he thought that the injury was significant, and it was a little bit of a understanding between him and the training staff. Remember, he said, I'm just going to leave. He started doing his own rehab. I think it was in New York City at the time. And he put his health at the forefront, even though it was like, man, you could be the difference in this team. If you come back, you might win a championship right now. But you could just tell he valued his health more than anything. So when they came out and said the knee, I just figured that, man, he's going to take as much time as he wants because that's just how we've seen him operate before. Now, if it is as serious as an ACL injury, well, then it makes even more sense why he's not even going to consider coming back.
Here's the problem, though, with the ACL. He would have had surgery already, correct?
Not necessarily. If he tore it and it started to swell, then you got to wait until the swelling goes down. If you tear it and you get the surgery before you catch it before the swelling, then you can have it right away. But
what's the timeline on that though? We're already like a week and a half.
It just
since.
Depends. That's the thing. It's everybody's body is different. I've seen some where it's like, all right, they had a couple of days before the swelling hit. Some where the swelling hit right away and they had to wait a little bit longer than a couple of days, close to a week. So it's just like you never really know with each person how their body's going to react to it. But I do know they can't do any type of operate if that is what's needed. They can't do that until swelling goes down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can see the one side of it of leaving the injury up in the air and having a mystery behind it, where it helps the Clippers a little bit just because now the Suns are operating of like, oh, is Kawhi available or not?
Yeah.
Just like that type of gamesmanship. But I don't know. I just think you would address the injury as soon as possible if it was an ACL.
I agree. But if you feel like there's a scenario where it's not a full tear, because you can play with partial torn ACLs. I mean, Hines Ward doesn't have an ACL, right? I have a partially torn one that I play with my whole career. You don't have to necessarily have surgery on them. So it could be a thing where they feel like, hey, pain tolerance. What do you feel like? Stability. Is it can you further injure it? Okay, if that's the question, if that's not, that can't be further injured. All right, cool. Do you want to brace it? All right, that's another thing. Okay, what style of bracing could you use? So it's a lot that goes into those decisions about surgery, not surgery, coming back, not coming back. It's not as cut and dry unless it was the simple full tear right here. Then it's just like, all right, go get surgery. But to me, when they're talking about it coming off of a sprain, when you sprain your knee, you still tear ligaments in a sprained knee. We just say sprain because it doesn't sound as aggressive as, oh, he tore his ligaments in his knee. But when you sprain your knee, you still have little tears, just not as long or as big as a full rupture. So that's where it becomes more pain tolerance, more, all right, is it safe structure-wise? And then you go from there.
That's what I was going to ask next. Like, what do you think of this potential knee sprain then? Is this even possible for him to be coming back? Like, do you want to come back if you're him? Because if he's valuing health like that, you could just see him being like, nah, bro. Because we saw with KD, man, like whatever was going on with his Achilles or his ankle last year, he risked it. That's kind of what he valued as opposed to his health and his long-term health. But it seems like right now it doesn't really matter. But that's just who KD was with Kawhi. I'm expecting.
Even with when Clay tore his in the finals, he still ran down those trying to stay in the game.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, you just never know how far it was torn, pain tolerance, the adrenaline, like it's a lot that goes into it. So until they give us more info, we're not really going to know. It's more speculation, but I don't think it's a full tear, because if it was, then they would have went ahead and made that announcement, very similar to what we saw with Clay. As soon as they made that announcement, it was like, all right, game is over, ACL, he's done. Because it's nothing you could play around with that. But the way that they're kind of mum on this and how they're keeping the door open makes me feel like it's not a full tear. So it is a possibility, but yeah.
The thing no one's talking about, though, is just absolutely crazy to me, is the CP3 protocol stuff.
Dude, like what is going on with that,
He gets
right?
whatever it is, test positive.
Yeah.
With the NFL, I think even with the NBA in the past, every league that's dealt with this, it's like you have a set amount of days.
Yes.
How
protocol.
How has it been indefinite since the day that it happened?
Right.
Maybe I get it. Maybe the first couple of days you don't know if it's a positive test or if it's close contact, whatever it is, whatever their whole ruling is with this. But like for now, there should be a set day. I don't know how the Suns are hopeful that he's going to be back game 3 and it's not a certainty. Like, hey, he's going to be back on Wednesday. He's going to be back on Thursday. NFL, Lamar Jackson. All right, he's going to be back Tuesday. He's going to miss these 2 games.
Like we knew,
Big Ben,
right?
Close contact. He's got 5 days. He'll be back Saturday. He could play the game. Yeah. I don't know. At this stage in the game, the Western Conference Finals, I don't know how there's just not like, okay, if he passes all these protocols, he's going to be good this day. How is it so indefinite? Like, this is crazy.
And at first we were like, okay, was it because he wasn't vaccinated? But then the reports have come out that he has been vaccinated. So I'm just like, I don't get this protocol.
At this stage in the game, it's different if it's regular season. At this stage in the game, especially with CP3, he's the one guy I think in these finals.
He
Like
deserves
he's
it,
gotten
right?
so many bad breaks throughout his career.
Mhm.
This will be the worst out of all of them
Yes.
because this has nothing to do with health from the standpoint of you actually playing a basketball game and getting injured. This is just randomness.
Well, Donald Copeland says they are screwing CP3, and then Cornell Banks just said the NBA
It don't
doesn't
matter.
want. They
They're
don't
up
want to
2-0.
see CB to win.
They're up 2-0
CP
anyway.
Toxic North says Suns in 4, and then I see CM4 or CMF Trucking says that the Suns will get a gentleman's sweep, but they're not going to sweep them all the way. Man.
Gentleman's sweep. What's that? 4-1.
It's like 4-1. Yeah,
okay.
A little gentleman's sweep, man. Whew. Man. This is crazy though.
Anything else about this series? Do you have anything on the Nets, Bucks? Or
no, the Nets.
Bucks,
I mean, the Bucks Nets game 7 was insane.
Yeah, it was.
That was a movie. Like I low key wanted us to come in and record just for that game right there because the back and forth, seeing how Giannis mentally was fighting through everything, the air balls at the free throw line,
came
the struggles,
through,
but he came through. He found a way, and then to see KD put on a masterful performance and just gas out at the end. But dude, it was crazy. Like I love KD's offensive game. Like I love his name, the Easy Money Sniper. Man, my wife and the people that was over, they were tired of me because I just kept yelling every time he scored. You know, he dropped 40 of them things. Easy Money Sniper. I was that guy. You know, you had that guy, right? I was that guy. Every time he dropped the bucket in the fourth quarter, Easy Money Sniper. And they're like, yo, well, I thought you had money on the Bucks. I do, but easy money. So I was torn. I was conflicted, but it was a blast, man. That game, though, dude. KD, man, offensively, bro, he's unreal. There's like nobody that you can put on that man, dude.
Hasn't missed a beat from the injury.
Yeah, came back like it was nothing, cashing out. Like it was good. But PJ Tucker, shout out to him as well, man. He still found ways to irritate him a little bit, man. Give him a little
enough.
Just enough. Just enough. Get his toe off of the line. Just
like if you weren't watching it, you know, in like 4 or 5 years, you look back on the box score, you're like, PJ Tucker was actually halfway decent or annoyed KD a little bit because you can't tell by the box scores at all. That's just how good KD is, though.
But you watch it, it's like, yo, he was getting on him, man.
At least tired him out, you know?
Yeah.
To what we saw in the overtime where he was gassed. I think everyone was gassed.
Though, no, dude, you can like it was bad, man. And Trina Still Diva says that KD was the truth, man. He gained a lot of fans from that game. And I do agree with that statement about him gaining fans because like I said, for me, I've been watching KD since he was at Texas. Obviously, checked him out in Seattle because I was, you know, like my Seattle Supersonics back when they had Ray Allen, aka He Got Game. But he got a bad rap, right? When he went to Golden State, a lot of people didn't like the move. I personally didn't like it because of how it affected my dog Bron. But seeing him leave that and go to Brooklyn and this playoff scenario play out the way that it did, it reminded me of him back at OKC when he was just going to go out here and you know he was going to go crazy. And I just love that feeling right there. It was good to see that KD, I'm going to do it all KD. I'm not coming off the floor KD. I don't care who's out here. Even when Giannis would not go and guard KD and it would drive me nuts at times, KD was still taking the challenge of, all right, Giannis, I'll go guard you. I ain't tripping. I'll go guard anybody out here. Like, I love that version of KD right there, man. So yes, Trina Still Diva, I agree with you as well, man. Definitely gain some more fans.
Wonder what's going to happen with this team, man.
It's an interesting team, man.
Because they should win every year until they're together for a good next maybe 2 or 3 years. They should win every year, but injuries are a real concern. Kyrie's been hurting however many playoffs over the past 4 or 5 years. I think it's been 2 or 3 of the playoffs he's been hurt in.
Yeah.
And I think the one Boston series against the Bucks, he completely fell apart. But injuries are a concern. And James Harden, this was kind of random because he has been Mr. Durability.
Yes.
But when your team's revolving around 3 players like that, when you're all healthy, you should dominate everyone.
That's
but
what they say,
if something like this happens, you're going to be in trouble. That could screw up your championship window.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to run it back, but
because right now all of those guys are still under contract. All of those guys seem
they got long-term deals,
enjoy
right?
themselves together. Yeah, they all seem like they mesh really well. Yeah, and if you're Harden, you got to tell yourself, man, this is a one-off. Like Harden has never dealt with those type of hamstring, like just lingering on injuries. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be an issue for him, man. It's going to be tough though. I think the only thing I would do, I'm switching out Blake, man. I need a little bit more.
I thought he did good though. For what people thought he was. People thought he was washed. I thought he gave him some good minutes.
See, I felt like he was a product of Giannis being scared to be aggressive on offense. bro, watching him play defense, he would stand in the paint. Giannis would have the 15-footer every time, and Giannis would not shoot it. Giannis and Ben Simmons, bro, at times looked like twins. Difference was eventually Giannis decided to just go to the hoop every time.
I was gonna say
that it eventually.
I think there is a difference
bro.
between Giannis and Simmons.
But it took a while in that game 7 for Giannis to start doing that, because I remember looking at Blake Griffin on the court and I'm like, yo, if LeBron is on the court right now, there's no way Blake Griffin could be out here. Is no way, because Blake isn't athletic enough to run with Giannis or Bron, but because Giannis wasn't shooting the ball, Blake just stands there. And he's like, oh, great defense right here. Oh, great defense. It's like, no, you're not moving. Like, you got to shoot this shot right here, man.
You're saying get rid of Blake.
Bro, because he...
What about Joe Harris?
Joe Harris, well, Joe gives you more offensively, but he got cold at the wrong time.
He was terrible.
He got cold at the wrong time, man.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to fill out this team then. Because it's going to be good. Like, I don't even care who you put around them. It's going to be good enough.
I just feel like, man, you get another, like, if you can upgrade the Blake Griffin role, that's what I'm saying, though. Upgrade that. Like, I don't know what piece you probably put in there, whether you go with another big like Blake or do you go with more of a shooter or a stretch guy, right? Either way, but you get somebody in there for that's a little bit more upgraded, because versus a team where a guy's going to be more aggressive, Blake was going to be a liability out there. That's all I'm saying. But it was solely because Giannis would not attack him. When Giannis started to attack him, what happened? Blake got up out of there. Got right on up out of there. It didn't take long at all. But it took Giannis dang near 2 quarters to realize, like, yo, he can't guard me. So that's my thing, man.
Any predictions for Hawks Bucks?
Hawks Bucks. Let's see what the chat's saying for the Hawks Bucks, man. What y'all got for Hawks Bucks, man? And what y'all got for was it Clippers and Suns? I think I've already been seeing people saying Suns in 4. Oh man, Hawks Bucks though. Ooh, CMF thinks that Atlanta's grabbing the win tonight. Oh man. Let's see who.
I'm leaning Bucks probably.
You leaning Bucks?
I think I am. Yeah.
I know you like big names. Which name is bigger, Giannis or Trey Young?
I don't know. I just think Bucks are gonna have the defense.
David says Bucks
time.
in 6.
Sixers, like honestly, Sixers should have beat the Hawks.
They should have. Yeah,
they collapsed. I don't think the Bucks are gonna be like that. I could see the Bucks doing that, but after they beat the Nets, I think they're a little more confident now.
I'm seeing well, actually, no, it's starting to fill in right here. I thought it was all Bucks, but no, we're getting a good little mix right here, man.
I think Drew Holiday is gonna give him some pretty good defense on Trey Young.
Okay,
Giannis,
ice trade though, bro. Shout out to Donald for that.
Yeah, I know he's really good. He's really good, and he's gonna give them a chance, obviously. But I don't think the Bucks are gonna collapse like the Sixers. I really don't. I think they have Chris Middleton. Like, as weird as it sounds,
Trey could go off.
As weird as it sounds, the Bucks have Chris Middleton.
Yo,
the Bucks have Drew Holiday.
No lie, Middleton is a bona fide like number 2 star, bro.
Because that's something the Sixers don't have.
Beast number 2.
They haven't. So you could compare Embiid to Giannis, even though they play very different games. Yeah. But let's just say that those are their bona fide stars. Sixers, their next guy was Seth Curry, I guess, in that series.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be
Tobias
Simmons.
Harris, maybe.
It was supposed to be Ben Simmons. As everybody in the chat keeps asking, where is Ben Simmons? It was supposed to be Ben.
But the Bucks,
okay,
you even saw with Drew Holiday, he let him down at points throughout last series. But when the going got tough, dude, like 4 or 5 minutes left, dude, I saw him hit 4 or 5 big shots in a row.
Absolutely. But no, Middleton is the one for me. Like, I love Middleton's mentality. Like, his game, like, he can get his shot off. Streaky, confident. Like, when Giannis didn't want to be aggressive offensively, they were running plays for Chris Middleton, bro. Like, I like his game a lot.
Like, Trey Young played god awful.
He did.
And they still won.
He did.
So, like, if he does that against the Bucks, it's just not going to happen.
I don't know, though, man.
I'm not saying he's going to play god awful, but he could have a game where he just goes cool. He could still make impact other ways, but I just don't see that happening with the Bucks where they collapse like that.
All right, let's see what the chat got for us, man. In these, so David says Bucks in 6. Yenzer has Hawks in 7. Frank, Bucks in 4. Suns in 5. Ooh, so he got the Suns losing one out in LA. Okay. Peter Miles says Bucks in 6. All right. Got Hawks in 6. Hawks in 7. Bucks in 7. All right. I'm not seeing any sweeps or anything right now. I got another Bucks in 4. Big Key says Bucks in 4. They sweeping Trey? I'm saying Trey, man. You're not sweeping Ice Trey, baby. Jeez. Oh, and Nana C also agrees with you. He says Bucks, or they say Bucks because Drew Holiday is going to be on Trey Young, causing them, have a little bit of fits. And did Bogdanovich come back yet or no? I know he got hurt. right at the end.
Well, dude,
Did
they're
he come
gonna.
back?
I'm not sure. Well, they're gonna need him.
Yeah, they definitely are. That's what I'm like. That changes a lot too.
Well, that Herder dude's going off too, though.
Yeah.
So like, if he could somehow drop another, what was it, like 27?
Yeah.
Then they should be fine. But
one of those sneaky other performances, man.
Well, both of them together are pretty nice
Yeah.
with Trae Young, John Collins. Like they have a nice little team. It's just I think
Is it a nice team or is it just like
that's
right
what I mean.
time and right?
No,
now,
I do.
man?
That's what I mean. I do think they're a nice team, but I do think a lot of things are going in their favor.
Yeah.
Especially the Sixers collapsing because they were the better team. But that's why I think their run's going to end here. They have a nice team. I think they've overachieved this season, but to make it to the NBA Finals, that would just be nuts.
Hey, man, it would.
I mean, it would completely shock me.
People are really thinking Bucks getting the sweep. Now, reality says Trae Young got that big Deke energy. I agree. I like Trae Young, man. Trae Young, man, he pulling up from half court. It doesn't matter, baby.
That's fair.
He does what he does, man. Now, Frank K, though, says Hawks are terrible. Sorry, I'm not sorry. God, man, I like the Hawks a little bit. Oh, I like them a little bit.
Yeah, just not against the Bucks.
Yeah. Bucks though, man, yeah, they got defense, man, and I did see,
them beating the Nets was a really big deal for them. I think.
I agree. Like mentally, like that was huge, man. Regardless of how it played out, similar. Watching the Bucks beat the Nets reminds me of how the Suns beat the Lakers. Like in terms of it doesn't matter about the injuries, that mental obstacle of we got past the Brooklyn Nets with KD and others, or we got past the Lakers with LeBron. Like it just mentally gives you a level of confidence. You look at Cameron Payne right now. Since that series, man, that dude's been playing with crazy confidence. DeAndre Ayton as well. And you can look at the Bucks, man. They're going to continue to play with even more confidence. And once the Bucks showed that they could win against Brooklyn, you could just see how their mentality shifted in that series as well. It went from, man, this is about to be a blowout, sweep them in 4 by, bless you, by average of 20, 30 points per game. But then after they showed that they could hang with them, man, it changed everything. So with the Bucks, yeah, I like that confidence. But y'all not going to be disrespect to Ice Trae like that, man. Trae Young not getting swept. I'm just throwing that out there, all right?
Yeah, I'm saying Bucks in 5. They might sneak a game out.
Man, give me, man, no. They're going to get 2 in there, man.
Okay, 6?
6, yeah. Still going to be the Bucks, but they're going to get 2 in there, man.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of us are on the same page.
Haven't the Hawks been underdogs in every series, though?
Yeah, I think they were.
They were underdogs against the Knicks. Underdogs definitely against the Sixers. Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a different story for them. I think it's just going to come to an end, unfortunately.
No, I'm calling it right now. Underdog Atlanta getting it done, and then 0-2 Clippers. They're different. They get it done. No?
I think the 0-2 Clippers are a little more likely.
Man.
If they don't have Kawhi back, I can't see it happening. I just can't see it happening.
Either, man.
I mean, they snuck out those They snuck out those games without him the series prior, but I don't see it, especially with CP3 coming back now. Cameron Payne already had this lucky game in yesterday's game.
Well, because
now CP3's coming back, he's gonna regulate everything.
Well, and Devin Booker's gonna be a lot better too, because now Devin can go from being on-ball point guard to being the off-ball shooter, which he thrives in. So that's gonna be good. Because he had 7? No, he had 5. He either had 5 turnovers or 7 turnovers last night. Like, excuse me. Yeah, he definitely, point guard. He can get it done there as we saw, and he can have crazy games as he did in game 1, but he's more of a natural 2 guard. So it's gonna be good for CP3 to be back out there, man. Plus, man, I'm more on board now, man. I think I do want CP3 to go ahead and get it, man. He's a part of the banana boat. He's a part of my LeBron guys, man. So it'll be good to see him get the job done, as long as it's not Kawhi. Braun. KD out of there, Braun. So like, I'm a hater. Yes, I am.
Man, I feel like I have allegiance to Kawhi, dude.
Hey, see,
for getting me that jersey. So if he comes back, I think I'm back on the Kawhi bandwagon. We'll see though. I don't think he's coming back though.
I mean, he won me a bet against you, man.
That's true.
He did.
That's true.
But I'm just, whenever y'all start bringing him up and talking about him better than LeBron, that's where the disconnect happens, man. That's where you gotta hit the brakes.
Yeah, I think. Oh man, this is tough. This is maybe a conversation for the offseason, but who's the best player in the NBA right now? Some people would say KD, but
yeah, I probably would lean.
No matter what happens, tough, even if like Giannis wins, even if the Suns win, I don't think you're gonna be. You're not gonna be saying Booker's the best.
You're not gonna be saying Giannis is the best. Nah.
Really?
Heck,
people will be.
No, they won't.
You don't think
he's too limited, bro? Offensively, it showed bad, bro. They got out of that series because of Chris Middleton, bro. Chris Middleton drew how they stepped up. Giannis, bro, it's very at times, bro. Like, have you watched him shoot free throws?
I just feel like people are gonna say
no. Have you watched him shoot free throws recently, man?
Yeah, the air balls,
bro. Have you like? It's terrible. This is a fundamental part of basketball. Like, you dribble the ball and you shoot the ball. My man can't shoot free throws, bro.
Dude, but this is the thing when we were talking about him versus Ben Simmons.
Bro, he can't shoot.
How
can you be the best player? You can't shoot.
Bro, you look at these stat lines he's still putting up, though.
Dude, when you watch the game, he can't shoot, man. My man's over here. They giving him the countdown. 10, 9. One time they counted to 13 seconds and he still airballed the shot. It was crazy. It's just like his release is ugly, like everything about him. It's like, yo, what's going on here? I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to say Giannis is the best player in the NBA, bro.
I just don't think we can view him in the LeBron KD light in terms of how he plays the game.
To that, bro.
But dude, Shaq was, wouldn't you say he was probably like the best player in the league for a few
way
years
different,
stretch?
way different. Even Shaq shooting free throws was more consistent than what I'm seeing from Giannis, bro. And Shaq, we know Shaq can't shoot free throws. Still way more consistent, still way more aggressive, and way more dominant play in and play out. We were never going to see Shaq in the paint. All right, I'm too scared to drive right here. I don't want to get fouled right here. Giannis at times, bro, does not want to get fouled. Like Blake Griffin was playing him, bro, and you could just see like he doesn't want to be touched right now. That's not the best player in the world. Best player in the world don't do that, baby.
I'm just saying, dude, if he keeps putting up these numbers, because he's still playing, he's still a big part of Buck's success. If he puts up these numbers,
watching it versus
and he wins,
stats, it's different. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's different.
No, I get it. There's just going to be people that are saying he's the best player.
They ain't right, people.
I'd still probably take LeBron or KD no matter what over
whoever. I would take Luka over him, bro.
Although if Kawhi wins this,
I ain't worried about that.
I'm just saying.
I ain't worried about that at all.
If he comes back, they're down 0-2 all these series, and the Clippers somehow win it.
And in all those series, we could bring up multiple things that worked in his favor as well, man. That's the only reason why I'm just like, I can't. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm just, if he ends up winning, there's a legit case for Kawhi. Legit case.
Make versus the case, LeBron, but it's not the answer, though. You can make a case for anybody. It's like when we talk about MVP. Remember MVP? We say you can make a case for him. We can make a case for this corner. We can make a case for that guy. But we said we know who the winner is. We know who the top guys are. You can make a case for him. Yeah, so you know what? You can make a case for him. We can make a case for Luka. We can make a case for Ja Morant. We can make a case for Zion as well. We can make a case for young Melo Ball as well. We can make a case for him too. But we know the answer. It's not those guys. It's a 2-horse race.
Dude, if Kawhi wins, though,
that's cool.
I don't know if he might not come back from injury. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a big if. If.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I ain't worried about that if.
That's fine. I know. Yeah. That's all I'm saying, though. If he wins, it's a legitimate conversation. I'm not stretching anything further than that because there's a strong likelihood he's not coming back.
Yeah, I'm way more strong in that likelihood, man. Yeah.
What do we got?
I'm just looking at these comments about Giannis' shot. And then Toxic One North saying that Donovan Mitchell is actually gonna be the best player in the NBA.
No,
that's what he said.
No.
That's what he said, man. He said he went to high school with him too. I can't confirm that. That's what he said though. Whew. Yeah, I'm looking. Thank you, Cornell. Cornell settles this debate. Cornell says Bron is the GOAT. It's that simple. But we're talking about this year right now. We're not going GOAT. We're just talking this year right now. Ooh. But Wyatt says that Kawhi is on LeBron and KD's level. I think he is to an extent, but I still think he's the third of the group. I go KD over Kawhi, me personally. So I'm with it though. Ooh, and then what about the Joker? Yeah, they say what about Jokic?
No.
So you hold on.
Best player in the NBA? I'm still taking LeBron or
no,
KD.
but I'm saying you were willing to say that Giannis would be more in that conversation, right?
He's out of it already.
But I'm just saying, if
he was in it,
if Giannis is in that conversation, Joker would have to be in that conversation.
I'm talking about the conversations we would have after the season. He's already bounced out.
I think even if the Bucks were to win it, if somebody were to say Giannis is the best player, you would just say you can make a legitimate case. You can make a legitimate case that Nikolai is a better player as well, man.
Then who? Giannis?
Yes.
Oh, then Giannis for sure.
Yes.
Not LeBron or KD. We're talking about LeBron, KD.
But it started out with you saying if the Bucks were to win, that people would view Giannis as the best player in the NBA right now, and I'm just like, I can't see how anyone could do that. After watching him play, man, watching him shoot, like, how can he be viewed as the best player, man? Like, mentally, he has weaknesses. Like, mentally, you see him go into that Ben Simmons bubble for a little bit. He don't go full Ben Simmons, but he flirts with it. It's Ben Simmons-ish.
Yeah, but he brings too much stuff to the table that Ben Simmons doesn't.
Oh, man.
People are going to say it. I'm not saying it.
I know.
People are definitely going to say it.
But you brought it up, so it makes me feel some way. No, I'm playing.
Because if he wins, it's still it's really impressive.
Yeah.
2-time MVP.
This is an interesting take right here. Donald says, Leonard is how people treat Big Ben compared to Brady and Peyton.
I disagree with that.
You don't like that? I can see that, though, a little bit. Because you view Brady and Peyton, that's your KD and that's your LeBron. You think they're the best in the league right now. But then you got the Kawhi people. They're like, no, man, Kawhi has 2 championships, has this resume, he's done this. And then we're like, Ben, 2 championships, has this resume. And you're like, but what about this? And we're just like, well, what about this? And it's like, whoa. And it's like, but what about that? And we just ignored it. Like, I could see it. I'm not saying it's all right. I can see it a little bit, man.
I don't want to get into it.
We not. We gonna get this thing rolling though, man. We gonna keep it going, baby. Oh man, this thing went all over the place for a second. All right, and I got to get some of these chat comments in here as well. All right, first off with Matt McKissick. Shout out to you too, man, as we switch these subjects a little bit. He says, I think he's talking football here as well, because he said this a little bit earlier, but he says, which game are we most excited to go and watch this season?
Steelers at Kansas City's up there.
Yeah, it's going to be a vibe.
You talking about the game and the specific teams or the atmosphere? Because we've talked about LA.
It could be some of both. Because LA.
Packers. Is Rodgers gonna be back?
Buffalo, definitely.
Like, should have been in the winter though. I think week 1 hurts it a little bit.
It does, but we will enjoy not being frostbit. I can assure you of that.
I'm thinking Kansas City.
You going Kansas City?
Yeah.
I'm either going Buffalo or LA. LA's gonna be crazy. LA's crazy. Buffalo or LA for me though. I like that though.
What games are at home? I think the away games are the best ones.
Seattle's coming here.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, the Raiders. Ooh. I need that revenge game, Seattle.
Yeah, at home. Yeah, it's the same thing at home. It's gonna be the same exact scenario. What else? We got a Bears Monday night game. I'm going Kansas City. Kansas City on the road.
Okay. Why is it always road for us too, man? The road games is crazy, bro.
That's gonna be. I think that's the day after Christmas too.
Yeah,
4:00 game.
It's gonna be a vibe. Definitely a vibe.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like it. And then we had Reality Sucks right here, man. Shout out to for the love and support. We definitely appreciate that. Also, he says, sorry, off topic. It's not off topic anymore because we didn't have a topic now. We're good. But he says, how did you and Deke meet? Love the podcast, guys. Keep up the great content.
Well, I was just gonna say go on the YouTube channel and search it. I'm gonna say that every time because you can't write it up any better. You can't tell the story any better.
We definitely have a video up here where we talk about it. It's actually labeled Moats and Deke, how Moats and Deke met. And yeah, it's a cool little story behind it, man. It's very nuanced, but keep it simple as we can. Mutual friend connected us. Wasn't supposed to happen. Wasn't supposed to meet with him. Supposed to meet with somebody else, but he actually ended up showing up. Took a chance on each other and ultimately ended up working out. And he talked me into doing a podcast. I'm going to keep putting it on Deke because I was anti-podcast. Didn't want to do any form of podcast whatsoever. But he talked me into it, man. So shout out to Deke for that. And yeah, here you go.
I think that was it. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to put it.
Yeah.
Mutual
about
connection.
200 episodes later, you know? Yeah, but definitely check out the video though, man. Just search it right on the channel, man. Just Moats and Deke, how they met. It'll pop up, and yeah, it's a cool little story behind it, man.
For sure,
absolutely. And we also got a new addition to the upper room, Mr. Tristan Merritt. Welcome to the upper room.
What's good? What's good?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh yeah. And I'm looking to see with some of these other games that people are looking at. Oh, Wyatt Kirby says Buffalo. Says he's going to pull up to the Buffalo game. I like it. Donald Copeland says the Browns rematch.
I was thinking that a little bit.
Oh, that's one right there, bro.
Is that either Monday night or Sunday night at Heinz Field?
Yeah, that's gonna be
Although,
crazy.
No, the first game's going to be up in Cleveland on Halloween.
Mm-hmm. And
then the Monday night game's going to be at the end of the season.
That's going to be crazy, bro.
That Halloween game's gonna be good too.
That's
actually,
gonna be crazy. And you know the atmosphere in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be nuts, bro. Moneybag says the Seahawks game. He actually says he'll be at the Seahawks game Sunday night. All right. I like that. Cornell also says Steelers versus Browns is the game that he's looking forward to the most. Trina Still Diva 5 says Bills game and LA. Okay, she's sharing my mindset right here. I like it. I see the vibes. I see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, and then Trina also says the Raiders game at home is going to be crazy. Mm-hmm. Green Bay. Ooh. Shoot the Rock says Green Bay got to pull up. All right. Well, hey, look, man, we're going to pull up out there then. That's what we're going to have to do. Do a live show somewhere.
Rogers might be playing. I saw a headline. Did you hear about this?
I did. He might, man. He might pull up, bro.
I saw a headline on Coward saying that he renewed his membership up in Green Bay at a country club.
That's bro.
Makes sense.
Look for all the tea leaves we can find, man.
I don't think you do that if you're out.
No, he'd be all right.
Going back?
Yeah, he'd be all right. Yeah, he can still do that.
Yeah, I guess so, but it is something. I don't think it's nothing. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. And the Dippin' Dots 21. You did not miss most of this, man. You're good. We've been talking basketball and just the catching up and stuff like that. You still got time. We haven't gotten to our hard hitting Steelers stuff just yet. So you good. You're good. You're right on schedule, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Let me see. Where was that? Another one? Yeah. Bills. Yep. Seeing some more Bills game. Cody says definitely Kansas City in December. Oh, Just Earl says the first Bengals game. That's gonna be interesting, man. You got Mike Hilton, man. Joe Burrow return of him. We saw it. Well, shoot, Joe Burrow didn't even beat us. It was the other one that got us. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell it was. Lindley, Finley.
Yeah, Ryan Finley got us.
Yeah, well, who was the quarterback the year before? Wasn't it Lindley or something? Didn't they have two different quarterbacks like that? Or was it the same guy?
No, it was Finley again. That Ryan Finley dude came in, but they used somebody. I thought it was like 2 or 3 guys they used during that time. It was bad either way.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. It was terrible. That was, oh man. Yeah, that was the peak of rock bottom. If that makes sense. The peak of rock bottom.
The peak of rock bottom. Only you could make that sound so eloquent right there, man.
That was bad.
I like it though, man. All right. Just check in. And Aiden, man, we appreciate that love and support as well. Yes, indeed. And Reality Sucks also had a question for you. He says, Deke, can I have your autograph?
Wow.
People want your autograph, man. They want your autograph.
Sure, I don't know if they're messing with me or not.
Uh-oh.
I don't care. Yeah, definitely. Man. But I don't.
What you got to do?
I don't know if you're messing with me or not.
Just tell them this is how you can tell if he's messing with you or not. Say, put your address where you want me to mail it to in the chat. If you put that in the chat, then he's for real. If he doesn't put the address in the chat, then he's not for real.
Yeah, I don't know if he's messing with me or not.
No, don't put your address in the chat. We don't know everybody that's in the chat like that, man. You might get robbed, bro. I don't want you playing them games, man. Don't do that. But Zach Battle, do what Zach Battle says. Zach Battle says hit the like button. That's what he says. So yeah, do what Zach says. All right. But yeah, don't put your address in that chat, man. If you are serious, just hit him up on Twitter. He's on Twitter at Chillin' with Deke.
Sure.
He's on Instagram at Chillin' with Deke, and it's chillin', no chilling. We don't put a G on there never. So just LLIN on that, okay? But Chillin' with Deke, make sure you hit that man up, man. Get that autograph. Yeah, see, and Peter says it as well. Peter says, I want Deke's autograph, no cap. That's what he says, man.
Damn, man.
Yep. Shoot the rock. I'll take a Deke autograph at the Green Bay tailgate. Cornell, he's not joking. Deke, you're a vibe. See? All right. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
And Donald Copeland also said, yeah, definitely don't drop the Addy. Whatever you do, don't do that, man. But another person right here, question, man, from Matt McKissick. He says, Deke, what's up with this band? Because people, when you spoke on the band practice earlier, people in the comments were like, yo, what instrument do you play?
I play drums.
And then they were saying, man, what's the name of the band? Can we check it out? And stuff like that, man.
See, do I want to do this?
I don't know, man. Do you?
Is it almost the same scenario where you're telling the dude not to put his address here, where I should be like, I don't know if I want to cross the lines just yet.
Oh man, it's your call, man, because that's personal. They're gonna know.
That's what I mean.
It's personal. How personal do you want it to become?
Give me some time. Let me think through this on whether I want to drop the whole band stuff.
Yo,
because it could be amazing. Like there is one side of it that's amazing. Like there's a huge crowd for our band now all of a sudden.
Yeah,
that's one side of it. But there's another side. I don't know.
Assess the situation a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
There's one side that you just kind of want to keep the privacy, keep that on its own thing.
I feel you.
But yeah, it's just like a cover band. Play drums. We play a lot of like 70s, 80s, 90s.
I like it.
My favorite stuff we play is probably the Pro Jam stuff. But yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun. because you play drums too,
Yeah.
playing music. Like it's a big part of my life, man. It's a big part of my life. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, they can't see because of the way the setup is in here, but the way it is, part studio over here, part music on that side, man. So yeah, love music, man. Got to be able to play.
I don't want to get all sentimental and stuff though, but like honestly, drums are probably a big reason why I'm even like doing this podcast or like have made certain advancements in my life, because when you play an instrument, you get to see the process of practicing and putting your mind, putting the work ethic into it. You get to, it's tough to explain. You get to see it firsthand for yourself of like, okay, if I put this amount of time in, I'm going to get better. So once you realize that, you're just like, wow, I could do this kind of for anything. Yeah. So drums are a big part of kind of just where I'm at my life right now.
No, seriously,
as weird as it sounds.
No, I'm with you, man. For me, like when I played high school, college, professionally, drums and keyboard, which are the instruments I play,
and it's a good escape.
That was like my escape. Like when I'm going through it after a practice, a rough game, I'm like, I'm gonna come down here, just rock out, whether I'm creating my own music or if I'm gonna play along to something else. But no, it's dope because you feel that like, yo, okay, if I put this in here, okay, and I work on this, you see the benefits of it. So yeah. And that's why we rock out the way we rock out, man. That's why you my dog, man. My main man, Deke.
Seeing it with the golf game this summer too. I'm playing a lot more than I have over the past couple off seasons here. Our golf game's getting better, so you could take that formula, put it to anything.
I like it. Now you Brad Pitting it as well, man.
We're gonna need it when we face off against Joe Hayden and TJ in the scramble match.
I'm in the lab. I'm training. I will not let you down. Okay, Deke? I will not let you down.
I don't want to let you down.
Nah, man, I can't let you down, man. You know, it's kind of like, it's the duality of the show, right? So when we do the show, I'm like the A chair, you're the B chair, right? Because I got to lead into things like that. Well, when it comes to golf, you're the A chair. I'm the B chair, baby. So I got to make sure that I give you my little hits here and there. I got to make sure that I'm filling in when I need to. If your eyes get a little red, I got to make sure I read the comments for you. Like, I got your back, all right? But I can't be the lead dog out there. That's why I said I can't let you down, all right? Because you're going to have to be the man. All right, you're going to have to be Kawhi.
What I mean.
I'm going to be Paul George.
I don't want to let you down.
Yeah, I got to be Paul George.
Some pressure. That's some pressure because it's just different roles. Yeah. I don't want to let you down in that role. That's all.
But yeah, man, it's that dude. I'm glad we had that talk right there. That was fun right there.
Appreciate
and Peter also says you look like a drummer as well, man. Yeah, man. But the people are vibing with you, man. Okay, Deke, and we got another drummer, Lamar. His name is Lamar Jackson. I don't know if he resides in Baltimore as well, but
is he getting some intel?
Yeah, he might be, man. You know, we Coach Cowell always pops up in here as well, man. So you never know, Lamar, man. We appreciate you. I'm a big fan, baby. Anyways, all right. But play great every time except when you play us twice a year. You know how I feel about you. But yes,
or if a playoff spot's on the line somehow.
Yeah. Then after that,
like if you lose, it gets us into the playoffs.
Correct.
Yeah.
No hard feelings though. But he also says that he's a drummer as well. So big time shout out to the drummers in the building, man. Love the drummers in the building, man. Yes, indeed, man. And then Trina Still Diva says she plays the piano and the clarinet. We got musicians in here, right, man? Let me find out. We're going to turn the tailgate to a cover band, man. We just out here getting it. Do we have a guitarist in the building? Does anyone play the violin or viola? And who's the vocals? All right.
Yeah, vocals are a big part.
Yeah, we got to have vocals, right? And the conversationalist said, do we get a summer bod update from you, Deke?
I'm staying humble with this.
Okay.
Brad Pittsburgh right now.
Okay.
And we're just going to leave it at that.
Okay. I like it, baby. You said Brad Pittsburgh? Is that what you said?
No.
Is that what you said?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. I think you said Brad Pittsburgh. I was like, boy, I don't know what is on your mind. You are funny, man.
Nah, I'm staying humble.
All right.
I'm just leaving it at that. I got too
cocky.
Be
humble. Respect it.
I got too cocky in the spring. I'm staying humble.
Like one day at a time. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. It's a journey, not a destination. But shout out to Aiden Frank as well, man. Getting back to the convo about what game they were all looking forward to going to. He said that he's coming to Pittsburgh for the Broncos game for the first time. Dude, that is going to be a vibe. We definitely hope to bump into you down there as well, man. Whew, we like this though. Yes, indeed. And Destin versus the World. First off, we appreciate the contribution, man. We definitely appreciate that love and support. He says, I work in a card shop. Moats, do you sign? And how do you feel about the hobby? I'd love a dual signed Moats and Taco Meat Deke photo. Much love. Well, Destin versus the World. I definitely do sign, and actually I have a little card out there too, man. I've been signing, man. But yeah, I always sign, man. If Taco Meat Deke sign, man, we'll sign something together, baby. Absolutely.
Send it, right?
That's
send
it, man.
Send it to, will you have like a business
absolutely.
address
So send it to all you need to do is send it to 1597 Washington Pike, Suite A38-106. Okay. And that's Bridgeville, Pennsylvania 15017. I probably should type that in the chat. That seemed like a lot right there.
It's up to you.
Oh, man. Yeah, I ain't worried about nobody pulling up out there. Yeah. What is ain't worried about that?
It's not your place, right?
It's not my no. It's not my crib, no. But I do like go there though. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Someone's just gonna be waiting there for you.
But yeah, I'll say it again for the live chat. 1597 Washington Pike, Suite A38-106, Bridgeville, Pennsylvania 15017. Yep, send it all right there, man. Pictures, whatever. Man, we sign it up, get it back to you, baby. Yes, indeed. Yeah, but I can't give out mine. I ain't giving out mine. I started to give out your address. That's why I thought I was saying that for. I was like, Deke said, wait a minute. But yeah. And then Deke, Matt McKissick says, Deke, will y'all play Renegade at Hines at halftime? We could do that, man. Thomas Mitchell says he plays the keyboard and the organs, and he says some wind instruments. So we got a little vibe here, man. I think we could make this happen, bro. Let me see what other. What,
oh man.
Let me see what we got. I know we got some other musicians in here. Let me see. Some swag says he's never played on an instrument in his life, but I'm sure you would still rock out with us in some way, baby. So it's all good. All right, it is all good. All right. Oh, and we got somebody that said they play the spoons. Okay. All right. Okay. Marcus Hill has us on the vocals. Big Keith plays the violin. Man, we got some legit instruments in here.
Yeah.
South Florida still. I think that's how we said it, right? South Florida or South Florida? South Florida still says he plays the guitar. So we got a group in here now. We could. We're gonna table that. We'll come back to that, man. And
who knows? Yeah, it's an idea.
It's an idea, man. We'll table that and come back. We'll come back to that. But before we transition, we do have another one right here, man. Shout out to Richard Arbizo, man. We appreciate the support. He says, first time catching the live show. Steeler Nation strong out here in LA.
Yes,
got
sir.
my taco meat out this fine morning, unlike a certain someone today with the eyes emoji.
Damn, bro.
Yo, call him out.
I thought I could make up for it with the heat. I thought I could make up for it with the heat today.
Jersey is fire, bro. That's I love it.
This is like an 03.
Yeah. 05? That's clean.
Let me see.
Yeah.
It is. It's 05. Yeah.
Back when they still did skills competitions and stuff, man.
Yeah, this is when the Pro Bowl was the Pro Bowl.
Absolutely.
Meant
man.
something back then.
Absolutely, bro. it was legit, bro. But shout out to you, Richard. Man, out there in LA on the early morning with the taco meat out. First when I read taco.
Sounds about right.
I thought he was going to say like he was going to get like a taco like from the taco trucks, you know, because that's a big thing out in LA. Man, he said taco. Man, I was like, dang, dude, like live your life. I had the taco meat out last night. He got the taco meat out today. Deke gonna have taco meat out one of these days in the future. Like,
probably.
I like this, man. This everybody just show a skin. Yeah. Show that skin.
Summertime vibes.
Gotta show it, man. Got to. But now we can get to the real meat and potatoes of this conversation if you're ready.
Yeah, let's
Are
do
you
it.
ready? Because we've been giving them NBA, which is fun. We usually give that at the end, but we switched it up today because the game warranted that. When you give us a game that warrants that type of love and affection, we're going to give it to you now. But we got to talk about a certain 5-time Pro Bowler by the name of Trey Turner. 5-time Pro Bowl right guard. They came in and visited with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was officially confirmed, too, by Adam Schefter. Shout out to Shefty and the Shefty bomb. Woo! Spicy.
A lot going on with this
Really
one.
spicy. In original B-Lo, we see you as well. We appreciate that love and support from the heart. But yeah, man, it's a lot going on with it, baby.
Dropped on Friday as
the casual weekend news drop.
As I was leaving your house, actually, after we
Yeah.
were done with the podcast, I see it pop up on my Instagram, and then I sent it to you. I was
It's
like,
nuts,
damn,
bro.
this is
Nuts.
It's not a big deal. At the same time, you talk about eye emojis.
Yeah.
It definitely warrants that right now.
Definitely, man. Without a doubt, bro.
So how do we want to start? Do we want to talk about just Trey Turner? Do you think
Yeah, we'll
he
start
would
with
be
Trey
a
first,
good
man.
fit, and what type of role maybe he would have coming in? But then there's way more to that.
Oh no, it's nuanced. First,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll identify Trey Turner, right? 5-time Pro Bowl right guard, 3rd-round draft pick out of LSU. Played the first 6 years down in Carolina. 5 of those were Pro Bowl years. Signed a big extension, then gets traded for a player-for-player trade with Russell Okung, who was the left tackle for the LA Chargers at the time. And then from there, he plays last season in LA, 9 games, ends up on injury reserve after that, and then they released him recently this offseason. So yeah, man. With Trey, though, healthy Trey, I like his game. Healthy Trey is a mauler. Healthy Trey excels in run blocking, can get the job done as a pass blocker. He's built more like a Ramon Foster than he is a David DeCastro. Like, he is a large guy, but moves well though. And I will say that I love his punch. I love his physical nature that he plays with when he's healthy. And for his career, he's been relatively healthy. Outside of last season, he's played in 13 or more games each season and has started 13 or more games each season outside of his rookie year where he only started 9 games. So with him, he's been a very durable player as well. Good player when healthy, though. When healthy, really good player. That last season, though, in LA, you could see he slowed down.
Some people are saying he's the worst offensive lineman in the league.
That's because PFF ranked him like.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
I was just going off of Chargers were the worst offensive line. He
PFF,
was probably like the worst player on the offensive line last year.
Like PFF put it up there that
I didn't even know that
they
rating.
had him as like the second to last rated guard in the NFL or something like that. So that was that whole thing. But watching him on tape, the biggest thing was you could say he was hurt. He was dealing with a groin injury. So for me, the reason why I don't put a lot of weight into what I saw on tape from him last year, because with the groin injury, it's a soft tissue injury, similar to a hamstring injury. And typically those injuries happen when you're not in football shape. It comes from just overstressing the body because the muscles have to get acclimated. And that's typically what happens during OTAs, training camp, preseason games. What didn't we have last year? OTAs, training camp, preseason games. So typically all of us deal with growing tweaks, right? When you first come back during OTAs, you tweak your groin. It happens. You just play through it because you can control the amount of reps you have. You can control the intensity in a practice setting as well. And then by the time you get to training camp, now you're growing, your hamstrings, they're all calloused up. They're good to go. And now you get to the season, you don't have any issues because they already have been prepared for that. But with him not being able to have those situations last year to build that up, well, you get into this game and say you tweak your groin in week 1, but you just keep playing through it because it's season time now. You never get the chance to go through the callousing of it, relaxing on it. Okay, OTAs, practice hard a couple of days, but we're going to take some days off. You don't get that luxury when the season hits. So to me, it just looked like the accumulation of you tweak this groin early, you keep trying to play through it, it gets worse. Your play looks like it because you're trying to play laterally with the groin injury that limits your lateral mobility. So when I saw that and I thought about all those things, I still felt very confident in him when I went back and looked at healthy Trey.
Carolina.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So there are some Carolina people that after he was traded, it was almost like us with Villanueva, where they were saying, you know what? His best years are behind him. He was he was starting to slow down in some of those later Carolina years anyway. But if you're saying he was solid all the way through Carolina,
for me, man,
it was just the injuries with the Chargers that really kind of led to his demise.
Like for me, I don't believe in just what the narrative or what people say. Like for me, I said I would rather just cut on the tape and get my own opinion. So the games that I watched him when they played against the Panthers, Panthers versus Saints. This would have been the November 24th game from 19 when that was his last season.
Okay.
When he was in Carolina. Watch it because I'm like, okay, you got some guys on that D line in New Orleans. How do you handle that? How do you handle their rushers? How do you handle the more brute force, of the run game and things like that, and versus a stout defense like New Orleans typically has? Liked how he played in there. He moved well. Now I'm not gonna say he was perfect. He definitely had some bad plays, but as a whole, it's like, yo, you can see like this dude is a beast right here. Or not, you don't have to call him a beast, but he's a really good player. Then cut on the tape again when he's in LA. It's like, all right, let me see him early in the season. Then let me see him right before he goes down with the injury. They go on injury reserve. And you can see like early on, he definitely was heavier. Like you could tell like
COVID weight.
Right. And that's honestly what I was like, yo, he just looked like he came in probably about 10, 15, a little bit heavier, because he's already a big guy, but he just looked a little bit heavier. And he would do certain things on the field where you could just tell, like, if he's in better condition right here, he can just step and make this play. But because he knows he's not, he's lunging. And when you lunge, you put yourself out of position. And now you got a guy that, okay, if I know you're going to lunge, you see him get hit a lot with a jab step one way or the other. And then they're able to just counter because he's so pressed on trying to get over there because he can't just take the normal steps that he would. That's what I saw on tape when I watched him. But it was more so because it was just weight related. Like, imagine, like, if you get overweight, you can't.
Which I am right now. My parents have actually been making fun of me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's that bad.
No.
It's that bad.
But, like, think about, when you are in your best condition, right? You can go right to left a lot faster than when you're overweight. And when I watched Trey last season, that's what it looked like. It looked like a guy that, man, I used to could do this when I was a little bit slimmer, but now that I'm heavy, I have to dive. I have to really just commit and sell out. And it just puts you in bad positions. And honestly, the same thing was happening with DeCastro at times last year. Because he wasn't able to do some of the things that he's accustomed to doing, you would see him get out of position, overselling things just because you're trying to make up for a flaw that might be going on, whether it's injury related or just slowing down with age. But that was the thing that I got when I was watching Trey, man.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So, as the roster sits right now, where does he fit? It would be just the depth guy then.
Who?
If
Trey?
Yeah, if he came in as as the roster sits right now.
This is the thing. You don't bring in Trey to Trey is a starting right guard in the NFL. Like,
this is what makes this so interesting.
No, for a fact. And this is why, like, I'm glad we got a chance to talk about this. With Trey is a starting right guard in the NFL.
And it seems like he wants to stay starter as well, based off his comments.
Not left guard, not right tackle, not left tackle, not center. Right guard. He's a starting Pro Bowl right guard for a reason. His track record has shown that. You cut the tape on it, shows that he's not backing up anyone. But you don't bring him in if DeCastro is healthy. That's why this becomes so much more interesting, because tea leaves here, right? We don't need to speculate, but the facts are what? DeCastro last season dealt with injuries, multiple injuries that forced him to, number one, miss time in the lineup, but number two, we saw his performance decline. The second thing is what? OTA's minicamp. He's there. That's already confirmed. He doesn't practice. That's also confirmed. Everybody else is practicing, though, mind you. From my personal experiences, when I was his teammate for 4 years, anytime Ben Roethlisberger was practicing, David DeCastro was practicing. The three guys that would always practice together, Ben, Pouncey, DeCastro, when they were all healthy at the same time. David DeCastro didn't practice. Remember that during minicamp and OTAs. We told you, Ben practiced. We came up here and joked about it a little bit. So that was another red flag. Then for them to actually bring in Trey Turner for a visit in the middle of a pandemic. Now, we know we're on the end of it, but still, for NFL rules, for them to bring in guys, it's still a ton of hoops, ton of jumping through bureaucratic red tape. We got to do this, this, and this, that, and that, and that. Speaking from personal experience of having to go down there for minicamp, like, it's a big deal for them to bring in anybody for a visit. But when you talk about a 5-time Pro Bowler who is a year removed away from signing a $45 million contract extension, that's not a backup. That is legitimate. And I also think about this right here, man. With DeCastro, you have a couple of things that are working against him right now. Age is number one. The performance definitely dropped last year, right? Regardless of if you want to say it was injuries or what, it dropped. But you can also save almost, $8.7 million if he were to retire, or if you were to, if you did something like that, you could make even just $8.7 million. That's what you can save
on top of us already having 7.5 right now.
We already have enough to make a move, because with Trey, he's not under contract. That's another thing that plays largely in Trey's favor. Because for Trey, if we were having to pick him up with his contract that he already had, we're not going to probably do that. But now you have that blank slate, that free agency slate, and you can control the narrative, the guaranteed money, how much you want to hit this year, how long you want the contract to go. That also hurts.
And it's probably very much in the team's favor based off how he played last season.
And he's young. He's 28 years old right now?
28, yeah.
So he's still young, still a young player. So when you look at that, based on the data, it shows that last year looks more of the outlier, the one-off, versus what we've seen from him throughout his career. For me personally, just watching the games on tape, that's what I got from it. So I'm confident in him, man. But I definitely think that this is a legitimate thing. If you're bringing in a depth guy, if you're bringing in a backup, you bring in BJ Finney for a visit. You bring in JC Hassenauer for a visit, right? We talked about that early on when they signed those guys. We said, okay, those are guys that can spot start. You can move them around. They can play multiple positions, but they're not 17 game starters that we're confident in going forward. Trey Turner is a 17 game starter. Trey Turner, 93 games he's played in, he started 89 of them. He will be number 2 in line of starting experience, productivity as it stands today on this offensive line. So yeah, this screams red flag right now, man, for DeCastro and his health.
What do you think the timeline is with all this then? Is DeCastro just sitting back, weighing his options, seeing when can I get healthy again? Am I going to be really fully invested back in this once training camp hits? Because when did like Andrew Luck retire? He retired. Didn't he retire before training camp or like around this
right around this time frame? No, it was was it preseason? I could have sworn it was after a game because they showed it at the halftime of one of their preseason games. He's walking on the sideline and the report came out. Absolutely. Yes.
I think you're right.
Yes, absolutely, man.
So I don't know what the timeline is. And I don't know, what are you thinking then? What if DeCastro's somehow fully healthy and we're completely set on DeCastro? Do you think this move makes sense?
Say it again.
If DeCastro's fully healthy,
would
you rather just go with DeCastro then?
No, fully healthy DeCastro, you roll with fully healthy DeCastro. This only becomes a conversation because they've been telling us DeCastro is healthy, but everything that they're doing is showing that he's not healthy. And we like our offensive line based on the premise of David DeCastro being healthy. We don't like our offensive line if we're saying that it's Banner, whoever at right guard, BJ Finney, JC Hassenauer, Kendrick Green at center, Dotson at left guard, and then Chooks at left tackle. We don't like that at all. That's not cool. But if it's DeCastro and they're healthy DeCastro, we're like, all right, well, we give this a chance. We like this a lot. This could work here.
1 year left
he can
on the
raise
deal.
up everybody else around him. The money, even with the money, it's like it's DeCastro. Because of who he is, you give him that, right? You allot that, even if it is declining. He's like, yo, it's DeCastro. We're not tripping. But if he's not healthy, there's no way you're going to be able to run it back in any way, shape, or form, or even expect the offensive line to even be a glimpse of being better if DeCastro's not out there. So if he's not out there, if he's not available, and you know that, then yes, you have to go ahead and bring a guy like Trey in.
So who's this on then? Is this the Steelers then saying, hey, we just got to cut you. We see that you're not healthy, but then is there something that comes in with like the players union where it's like you can't cut an injured player like that?
So
is it DeCastro the one making the decision?
It's going to be a mix. It will be a mix of DeCastro and the organization. If DeCastro is healthy and he can make the team feel confident in that, he'll be fine. This visit will be more so just a formality, and that'll be that. We won't hear anything else about it. But if he can't confirm, if he can't get those guys to trust that he's healthy, then they would have to make a move sooner than later with that. Because obviously, as the season gets closer, Trey is not going to sit out there forever. No different than Richard Sherman, Steven Nelson, all the other marquee names that are available right now. As training camp starts to get here, those guys are going to be signing contracts. So that's the window that you have to understand. You probably got about 2 weeks right now, 2 to 3 weeks. But if you're the Steelers, do you take that chance?
Right.
Because you're putting yourself at big risk if you trust DeCastro is healthy. But is it something that is going to reoccur in 3 weeks?
Why do you bring Turner in if you think DeCastro is fully healthy? This is the thing. So you can't feel too confident in it.
I don't want to speculate, but it's like the tea leaves. If we were looking for depth, if we're looking for O-line flexibility, you don't bring in a guy.
Brought all those dudes in.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, and those guys aren't typically 5-time Pro Bowlers at the same exact spot that you have a 6-time Pro Bowler. Like, that'd have been the equivalent of, okay, we got Ben Roethlisberger as our quarterback. He's coming off of however people want to word it last season, right? Not being the greatest, but not a terrible season. If we were to bring in a 4 or 5-time Pro Bowl quarterback for a visit here, we would all be over here like, bro, what's going on with Ben? Is he retiring? Is he injured? Like, you don't just bring in that guy. Like, that's not a backup. You know who backups are, you know who starters are, you know rotational starters versus starters. Trey is a starter. Same with DeCastro. So if those guys are healthy, those guys are the guys. But DeCastro's health is not looking good to me, because all these things are showing that it's more significant. Even though Coach Tomlin said that if it was a significant injury,
I know,
he would share that, right? He said that he would say that. Now y'all can take how y'all want to take it, but either way, it's just like, I don't know, man. All their actions are saying otherwise.
Well, this is why I bring up the whole who's gonna cut who, or is DeCastro gonna make the decision? Because if they're saying he's healthy, then that gives the Steelers the leverage of cutting him. Mm-hmm. But if he's on some type of injury report, wouldn't that make it tougher for them to cut him?
Not necessarily, though, because the only reason why it gets tough in terms of wanting to cut a guy while he's hurt is if you didn't want to pay him that money. So they could still formulate it where, I forgot how they do the post. It's like post-June, like cuts that they can do it where his money was still like the guaranteed money that he has, he would still be fine with that, but it's something that they could do with the cap. I don't know how they do all that.
You spread it out over 5 or 6
years. They got a whole
something.
bunch of weird stuff they do, but even if a player was hurt, like you could still do that without having to go to like filing grievances and stuff like that. Like when I was in Arizona and I went on injury reserve, and we ended up at the end of the season doing an injury settlement where basically I didn't have to stay out there. They would release me from the contract, but I would still get my money. You basically just negotiate with them how much you want, and they negotiate what they're willing to pay based on your guaranteed money, based on how long your recovery would be till you get healthy. And then from there, they just send you checks every week, every 2 weeks. So that realistically could be the case. Not saying that will happen, but that could go on and it wouldn't be a big public issue. Like It happens way more than the other way where a team is trying not to pay a guy, right? It typically, with those guys of DeCastro's standpoint, they're going to get that type of respect where they're saying, hey, man, look, we're not going to pay you the full 8. We'll give you 4. We'll give you 6 and go on about your business. We'll cut you a check every 2 weeks. It could be something like that, and that would still work. So that's why I'm just saying, like, they have flexibility with that.
So the timeline is probably sooner than the Andrew Luck timeline then with this.
Yeah.
With training camp coming up.
It's realistic, man. Like this is crazy because none of us thought that at the end of the season, DeCastro wasn't going to get back healthy. Like when that whole everybody was doing, who's retiring, who's not retiring, that window kind of passed. We're like, all right, well, DeCastro's healthy. We're good to go.
And since we didn't cut him, you're like, okay, they must think he's healthy.
Because remember, we talked about how much we could have saved. Yeah, we said, man, we could have saved a good amount. He was
the one that
money.
made the most sense to me.
He did. Way more than Steven Nelson, way more than Vince.
Bring back Filer for maybe $6 million or something like that. It would have made sense.
But that's the thing right now. It's just like, man, all of these things are pointing to bad signs. And I'm just concerned that if he is healthy right now, is he going to be able to stay healthy throughout the season? Because does it help us to keep him at the price that we're going to pay, knowing that he might only be able to give us 3 games before whatever it is pops back up again? Because clearly it's been enough to make him be lingering this long to the offseason right now. So that is the other legitimate concern that, man, if you put all your eggs in that basket, knowing that this basket is already cracked, what happens when we start to get this thing rolling a little bit? Like now we're going to be up the creek with, out of powder. It's not going to be a good situation.
Or if he is all the way healthy right now, it's just weird that he's not practicing then.
Yeah,
everything you said about him always practicing with Ben and practicing with Pouncey. And then also just all the reports you hear about this team right now where everyone's practicing. Everyone seems to be all in with this stuff. Like, why wouldn't you be practicing if you were fully healthy?
Yeah. Because
then that also brings up the other thing. Are you just not like all the way into it? Which is another thing. You're just like, I don't know if you want to deal with that if you're the team right now. Not like that's probably more of the stretch right there because you're thinking he's just probably injured then.
Yeah.
Because I would say you would be practicing if you were healthy. Because it doesn't make sense why you wouldn't be.
And I like being a teammate of DeCastro for 4 years, bro. When like DeCastro wants to practice, like when he's healthy, he wants to be out there. Him and Pouncey. That's why I always respected those guys because I said I've seen so many other superstars that when they are who they are, they're established. They don't want to practice all the time. They want to take days off. They want to have this off, that off. They want all these benefits. But with Pouncey and with DeCastro, they were the main guys like, nah, man, we want to work. We want to get better. We want to get out here. And I would always say, like, dude, if they're going to be out here every day like that, man, I'm never going to even think about asking for even a playoff. Like, because these dudes, you know, are Pro Bowlers, future Hall of Famers. And that's DeCastro's energy. That's what he's like. So to see him not participating and you got 7 out here participating, it's like, bro, this not adding up at all.
That's why we're thinking injury then, as opposed to, hey, I just don't want to practice. Because if that is who DeCastro is, why wouldn't you be practicing?
Seriously, man. He's making me
I guess we'll find
out.
out that we might find out in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Seriously.
Is he going to make an announcement, a retire announcement?
Well,
Steelers going to cut him? Is he going to be fully healthy? Is he going to be practicing in training camp? We don't know.
What school did DeCastro go to again?
Stanford.
What school did Andrew Luck go to? Oh, man. What'd you say?
Stanford.
Oh, shoot. When did Luck retire?
They were around the same timeline, too, being in the school, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He retired. When did Luck retire? Man. Was it 2 years ago?
Oh, man. What time of year was it?
2 years. 2 years ago. That's crazy, actually.
I remember we had the little the random like. What happened to the situation? I thought the chick. Oh, the text message was fake though, right?
I don't know if they were fake or not.
I don't even remember. You remember though, right?
I know.
Yeah, it never got confirmed.
It was Andrew Luck's wife talking to one of her friends about Andrew just wants to get back playing. He's visiting with the Colts.
Yeah.
But then he did visit with the Colts and nothing happened. Seriously. So I don't know if the texts were fake or not.
Dude, oh man. But that was around this time though, man. It was around this time. Let us know in the chat, man. What y'all think DeCastro's doing, man? Is he healthy? Y'all think he's gonna retire? Y'all think we should move on from him? Let us know. Right in the chat, baby.
Yeah, because that was the one question I thought of is, bro. Yeah. Even if he is healthy, do we just want to make this move anyway? Right, like, would he be an upgrade over DeCastro?
At 28 years old compared to DeCastro, who is what, 33? Is DeCastro
32,
33? That age group, obviously coming off of an injury, and we know he is starting to slow down or questioning how long he will continue to play. Do you move on and go ahead and get a guy like Trey Turner or a younger version? Let us know in the chat, man. We're going to read these things off.
That was one of the things I was interested in, or just thought based off what some of these Charger fans are saying online about him, and even some of the Panther fans in his last season or so. They thought maybe his last couple Pro Bowls were based more off reputation, and especially with how the Chargers season played out. That's why I was wondering, like, are we just bringing in that same dude? He's a little bit younger than DeCastro. Like, his play based off recently is more on the reputation as opposed to what he's bringing to the table right now. But if you're saying you think it's just injury, if he came in right now, he would be maybe an upgrade. Like, if both are healthy, all things are equal.
Yeah, you can make a case like I'm not gonna say that. Both players are healthy. Give me DeCastro any day. Okay, like DeCastro is like that. Like we're not going. Hey. Trey is a good player. He's a really good player. But DeCastro, when
he made all pros, Turner hasn't.
Exactly. When DeCastro is healthy, DeCastro is on a Hall of Fame type trajectory. Like, that's the caliber of conversation he's in. We talk about DeCastro, how we talk about a guy like Marshall Yonder, for example, right? Beast, like clear cut. That's the guy at his position. Trey, really, really good player. He wouldn't be okay. Yeah. I can't go.
So if DeCastro is healthy, we're good.
Yes, if healthy DeCastro, give me healthy DeCastro any day of the week. But if he's not healthy, if he's not 100% healthy, then yeah, I'm going with Trey. That's what I'm saying. So yeah.
Another thing that people have brought up is missing all of his line mates right now.
He is, man. He's
from like the heyday.
Yes, all guys are gone, man.
Pouncey, Ramon Foster.
Yeah.
Matt Filer's over with the Chargers now.
The guys are gone, man.
Marcus Gilbert.
Looking in the chat right now, Darnell Harrison says we do need the money. Chad Schrader says, I say DeCastro should retire and sign Turner. I like how we go retirement, man. Keep it easy. Donald Copeland says we don't want any hostages. Because he's like, hey, man, if you don't want to be here, that's a Tomlinism right there. All right. James Jeffers says, bro, we should set a time limit on how long we should keep old linemen before we start finding replacements every 2 to 5 years. Darnell says you got to let them walk or retire, though. Oh, man. Whoo!
We just want this team to be good, dude. We want this line to be good.
And shout out to Eric right here. Eric says you got to do just like you would do your wife. Get the younger version. LOL, just kidding. I just that was a dope little comment right there, man. Just gotta get the younger version, man. Hey, original B-Lo, he brings up right here. He says, if DeCastro is healthy, you don't release him this year. At this time, no matter what. Injured DeCastro, I'm still not releasing him unless he wants to be released. That's interesting right there because injured DeCastro, knowing
that might screw us.
That would kill our opportunity to win a championship this year. We already know it's going to be tough for us to win a championship just based on the questions at offensive line, the questions defensively that we have at certain positions. But when you talk about removing, if he's healthy, the best player, the leader of the group, now granted not the vocal leader, but he leads by example in terms of his play. If you remove him from that equation and we don't upgrade that scenario, yeah. We're going to be in here praying, doing Hail Marys and anything else we can to save Ben and hopefully he can make it because that's going to get gory for that man.
Because we were talking about this stuff last season about the offensive line and say, hey, would it be better if Fowler and Dotson was just in right now? So I don't want to be dealing with this again.
Very, very true, man.
We're thinking if DeCastro's healthy and with some of these improvements we have made in terms of drafting Dan Moore, bringing in Kendrick Green, the offensive line is going to be different. We can't have the same thing that we had last year.
That would be rough. We can't do that again, man. We definitely can't do that again. Cornell Banks says DeCastro is my dog, but the arrow is pointing in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, it is. But we do have some good breaking news right here. And I don't know if it's accurate all the way, but either way, I hope it is, and I'm rolling with it. Andre Anderson, first off, we appreciate the contribution to the show. So when you contribute, man, you can make it up again. You can
throw any breaking news.
You can throw it in there, baby. But breaking news. Are you ready for this, Deke?
Okay.
Moats. Sorry, not football related. I just found out that I'm going to be a dad while watching the show.
Congratulations.
Man, congratulations.
Happy belated Father's Day.
Yeah, absolutely, baby. Dude, that is awesome, man. I hope you're being for real. I think he's being for real, man.
We got to be a part of it too.
Absolutely,
somewhat. I guess we'll be part of that memory.
Heck yeah, man. When the baby comes, so girl or boy, we got name ideas. If it's a boy, Arthur DeClaven Anderson, because your last name is Anderson, or you could go Moats Deke or Moats Eric Anderson. If it's a girl, you go Arthurina Erica Anderson, or you could go let's see, Arthur Shante. Yeah, we'll go Arthur Shante Aronica Anderson. All right, so you got name options, but either way, man, big time congrats to you for that, man. That's awesome, baby. That is awesome. All right, but man,
dude, I apologize. I just want to say this because I haven't been able to keep up with the chat today.
Oh man, I noticed you went radio silent, 0 dark 30 on your screens, man.
Well, here's what happened. I didn't have your Wi-Fi on it because I got the new computer.
Oh,
so that's what happened. So we started the show. I wasn't gonna be like, "Hey, bro, what's your Wi-Fi password?" As we start the show,
bro, I just texted to you, man.
No, my phone's dead because that's what I was. I had the chat.
Had the video going
I had the chat going on my phone, and then it died. So,
dude, that's.
I just wanted to apologize because I didn't want to make it. So
it's all good.
You're checking the chat the whole time. I wanted to help out a little bit, but that's where we're at right
it's
now.
All love, man.
Yeah,
I would have just typed it in for you, bro. I'm here for you. Is it still alive?
No. Well,
is that dead too?
Computers live. I say we just roll without it.
All right, it's cool, man. I'm always here for you, man.
We've made it this far in the show.
Here for you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, they not filling our names. Wait a minute. Hey. Y'all better stop trying my names that I gave up, man. I like them suggestions. All right. You see, Richard also says this: whether your kid's name is, or is it? Hold on. What do you think his name is? Got it. Oh, he says you got to name them Deke. Doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl. It got to be Deke. And he says, no matter what, it has to have 12 E's in it too. I do agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
That's a bold call.
Yeah. Donald and NSMC99. Why y'all laughing at my Arthurina? Y'all not liking that name? I thought that was a pretty daughter name right there, man. Arthurina. Yeah, no. Or Arthur Shanti. That's like, it's like a Shanti, but Arthur Shanti. Arthurina is my go-to. I like that name. That's a pretty name. If I have another daughter, I'm naming her Arthurina. Yep. That's what I'm going to name her. Yep.
That's a bold call.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And Brennan also said, your phone's not dead. You just secretly didn't pay your phone bill.
Oh, wow. That's a bold call.
That's rough.
That's a shot right there.
That's rough. Donald said you had too many backwoods, man. Man.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this weekend, man. I'll tell you what. I'm over at my brother's house. I think it was Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the town. It was nice. It was nice being out and about, man. It was probably the first time out and about in some type of normal capacity.
Dude. Being outside feels
because
good
there was
bit,
no
man.
mask, it was none of that type of shit. And get back to the place, drunk a little bit. Me and my brother are up.
Yeah.
We're like, you know what? Why don't we smoke a Black 'em Out or a backwood? I don't know what he had. He had no lighter.
Did he freak the black? No, it's just Black O'Malley. Okay,
yeah,
right,
just Black 'em Out.
Ooh.
So got on the front porch, but we're out of a lighter, so he turns on the stove to do it. I crouched. I don't know what I was doing. I crouched down to, whenever you're on the lighter, you gotta like puff it so it lights up.
I don't know what you're talking about actually.
Anyway, I go down to the stove and I do that, and I wake up the next morning, front of my hair's frayed off. Got a little too close to the stove whenever I was lighting up the Black 'em Out.
Oh no!
So I was like, man, I might just cut the hair, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm just gonna rock some hats for a little bit. Because I think it goes well with the stash. I don't want to get the clean cut yet. I'm going to wait till the summer. But it was crazy, man. I thought it looked like hay or something. Like, it was like bristled. I'm like, what's going on with my hair? I'm trying to like brush it off. I'm like, oh shit, man. My hair's frayed up.
Dude,
that happened this weekend. Someone brought up backwoods. I just wanted to give that story.
Funny. I am so glad you gave that story, bro. That is funny right there. I needed that. That's a good one right there. Jeez. They said wake and bake Deke back at it again. Yep, he sure is, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. And Tristan Merritt, man, we appreciate you as well. Tristan says, Deke, I need you to decide which jersey I pick up this season.
Whoa, what are the options?
Najee Harris, Devin Bush, or other?
I'd say go Ben jersey if you don't have a Ben jersey.
Oh, okay. But
if those are your two options you're giving me, those are obviously the two that you're thinking of right now.
With that, yeah.
I'm going Harris. I'm gonna go Harris when the Keller Rush jerseys are up. So I say Harris.
Can't go wrong with Harris.
Yeah, that's my pick. I think he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. I think it'd be a good time to get a Harris jersey.
Can't go wrong. Rookie of the Year, but we're gonna talk about it. That's gonna be rough. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one.
But there are a lot of good rookies, especially the quarterbacks. You can even add the receivers too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that are gonna be the mix, but Harris is gonna have the opportunity for sure.
He is. He definitely is, man. Definitely is.
He's gonna be our main guy.
I'm saying go Devin Bush, man. Always defense, always 5-5s. Can't go wrong with that, baby. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What are people saying?
Well, I'm still laughing because James says you'll be getting a divorce if you do name your next child Arthurina. I was like, dang, like that kind of hurt. Like I'm not feeling y'all not liking my name. Then they said that you burning your face or burning your hair while you were trying to light your backwood. Say you would definitely want one. too faded right here, man. But I like that, baby. You gotta live your life like that, man.
It's a fun night.
Yeah.
It's a fun night.
So you was now they're getting a little too specific in terms of some of the things that you was using and stuff like that. So we're gonna keep it clean. We're gonna keep it clean. PG-13. But yeah, man. I like that. Hey, that was funny though, bro.
Yeah, that happened.
That really
It's not crazy noticeable. It was the morning of, just because parts of my hair is frayed off. I'm telling you, it just looked different. Like it was different color and everything.
I look forward to getting my vibe like that, man. I gotta get vibe like that one of these days, man. And Tristan also says he has a 7 and a Troy Polamalu jersey as well.
Yeah, you're good then. So go. I'm saying Harris. You're saying Bush. You can't go wrong with either one.
Big Key says go with Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, or Minkah Fitzpatrick as well.
Those aren't bad because I think right now in terms of current team, probably a lot of Jujus. So if you go with any of those receivers, you'd have a unique jersey. I don't see a lot of Minkah jerseys.
No, but you got to be careful with the Juju because it's the 1 year right now. We hope he comes back, and we do think that he will if it works out that way. But that is something to be careful about.
I will say this, though. I think as I'm getting older, as long as you have a dude that was on the Steelers, it's kind of cool because all of a sudden, once Juju leaves, they're not making those jerseys anymore. Yep. So now you have a vintage jersey in a way.
And it shows what year you're
gonna be
them too.
Yeah, you're gonna be bummed out a little bit, but 4 or 5 years after Juju leaves, it's gonna be harder to get a Steelers Juju jersey. They're gonna go up in price.
This is true.
That's what I'm thinking. You would be bummed out initially though if you do get the Juju jersey, but I think it's still gonna hold value because it's not like he left how AB left.
Correct. Yes.
Presumably, but still, I think AB jerseys right now the stock's up. I might come in here.
AB Bucks jerseys stocks up. Super Bowl champ Buck jerseys. Dude, it's crazy. He actually went and won without 7 too.
Dude, come on.
I'm sorry. I just remember because that was what everybody said. Like he's never gonna win anything. He's never gonna win one. And he caught a touchdown in the joint.
Got the touchdown. Got the 5 receptions. I think too.
Jeez.
Yeah, he played good.
Business is booming. Let's go.
Yeah, you can't act like.
Oh, this is a good idea.
Okay. No, I was just gonna say like AB's fine right now. It's not like.
I ain't tripping.
Yeah, he's not. He's fine.
Man.
That's just.
Dizzle.
He would have had probably 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
And we thought this though. We thought that if he goes to any of these scenarios, he's gonna be fine just because of the receiver that he is. But I don't think you're gonna get that dynamic duo ever again.
Bro, that was
ever
a movie. It was insane watching them work like that, bro.
You just were never gonna get that again.
Insane.
That's the one thing. But he's having success. That's the thing. He was gonna have success wherever he went. Like if he would have stuck around with the Patriots before he got suspended that whole season, like he probably would have been fine there too. You know what I mean? He's fine with Brady. He probably would have put up numbers with Oakland.
True.
Probably wouldn't have won, but yeah, he would have been fine.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, my late riser. This is the person I was waiting on right here. Manuel Molina. Manuel says, oh, man, woke up a little bit late out here in Cali. LOL. Let us know the night before so we can set some alarms. LOL. Manuel. Couple things here. First off, baby, good to see you. We led off with the Suns because of you, actually, man. That was we started off an NBA topic. Me and Deke were joking about it before. He was like, yo, man, was gonna be hype about this. And I was looking for, I said, oh man, but she was asleep. Okay. I did actually put the link up last night. I did it before I went out with my wife for our anniversary to celebrate that 10-piece. So yes, I almost got in trouble because I was working a little bit trying to get it all prepared because I was thinking of you, man. I was thinking of the West Coast people.
Even on your anniversary.
I said, man, I can't ask the people on the West Coast to just wake up at 7 a.m. for a pop-up. Like, I got to give them a little bit of an advance. So I put it up there. It's probably around 8. No, it was actually before 8. It was like 6:30, 6:45 time frame because you hadn't even sent me the cover work just yet. Yeah, but I did have it up there, and I was thinking of you when I did it, all right? So even with the anniversary on the line, we was about to be 10 years and over because of you, man. You all right? We was about to be 10 years and done because she was like, you working right now? I was like, babe, I promise. Please, I love you. You look gorgeous. Love your hair. But she allowed me to get that done. All right. But we'll put it like this. These next couple episodes, Wednesday, Fridays, these next 2 weeks, we'll be going Wednesday and Friday. We'll throw it out there now. Probably on Wednesdays, they're going to be in the mornings around this time. Fridays could be in the morning, but I'll let you know. But either way, Wednesday, though, think in the morning for next week as well. All right. I got you, though, baby. But yes. 10 years was on the line for you, Manuel. 10 years. I just looked at the chat. He says, my fault. All love, Moats. Congrats on the 10 years. Appreciate the anniversary love as well, man. We definitely appreciate it. Yes, Malachi. Yes, Taco Meat Moats was out last night. Absolutely, man. Had to show off a little bit of that. Shout out to Deke for that energy, man. Yep. But it was a vibe, man. It was a vibe. Ooh. And then for another jersey recommendation too, Dennis Dragon 78 says the overweight punter's jersey.
He might not make the team. Some people are saying Barry's giving him good competition right now.
Well, it is. It's gonna be a good. But because the thing is this,
low key, one of the most exciting battles in preseason now coming up.
This is the thing, man. Presley, he has the strongest leg on the team. It's not even a debate. Like watching both of them practice, you can see like he has it's just. Like, you know, people say, you ain't got a cannon strapped to his arm. He has a cannon strapped to his leg. It's like just boom. He can boom it wherever. Placement, that's going to be the part. Placement, consistently putting it where it's supposed to go. With Barry, the big knock on Barry is the consistency with the placement and the hang time. But Barry has averaged a 40-plus net punt, which is huge. 40-plus net means you're flipping the field. He typically is around 4 seconds or more in hang time. That's huge. And he typically has the right ball placement. Why is that important? If I'm telling everybody we punting the ball to the right, and you punt that ball left, we are screwed because all our coverage is going this way. And us trying to react on the fly to whichever bad son of a gun you got back here returning his ball, you can see how much of an issue it can be. Or instead of it going right and left, you do the ultimate cardinal sin of punting the ball down the middle of the field and you outkick your coverage. Strong legs are cool, but they scare me. That's part of the reason with Marquette King, why he hasn't been signed, because crazy strong leg. But when you can boot that ball so far, you're allowing these returnmen to get the ball with sometimes 15, 20-yard head start before the coverage gets there. You imagine trying to tackle AB with a 20-yard head start. You imagine trying to tackle Deontay Johnson where he gets a 20-yard head start, so he gets a full head of steam. That is crazy tough to do. So that's why this competition is not just as cut and dry of, oh, stronger leg, he's going to win it. Nah.
And we actually drafted him. That's what I was thinking. We draft this dude.
Yeah, man.
He's just going to make the team, especially because Barry, he hasn't been the best. But if for some reason competition's bringing the best out of him, it could be interesting.
But Barry also has been in the NFL for a couple of years now. He's been in this system for a couple of years. If Barry couldn't do that consistently, he wouldn't have made it this long here. That's the thing. It's just like we give him knocks because he does have occasional bad, like what was that? The Washington game where he had like the 20-yard punt, right? Or is the Bengals game, he had another like shank. Like he has shanks at terrible times. But when you look at full body of work, that's the part that makes it interesting with him versus a guy like Presley, where Presley, I mean, collegially, we know he did his thing, but at the NFL level, it's different things that we're going to ask you to do. We're not just asking you to just kick it as far as you can kick it. No, we need hang time. We need placement. We need guaranteed that it's going to be in this direction. That's a whole nother element of punting right there, man.
Another interesting element, though, for the preseason.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm telling you, man, the preseason this year is going to be a blast, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a ton of games to just watch, a ton of games to just gather this data, because even with Dwayne Haskins and Mason Rudolph, right? As much as people talked about how impressive Haskins was, and I agree, I thought that he did some things really well. He was cleaning up, footwork and things like that. It's still people that think that he didn't perform well during minicamp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm like, I like this. Like, it's good to see that duality. And they brought up different things. And you're like, I can understand why you would say it. I can understand why you could see that. So I'm like, all right, it's going to be fun, man.
We got a showdown.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
Like about a month.
RB2.
We got like a month and a week or so away from the first game.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame game.
You got yeah, because it's that August 5th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're in the end of June right now.
Yeah,
what is it, 23rd or 24th?
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting there. Yeah, training camp's coming up.
It's happening.
A month for that. So
it's happening. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, definitely.
I like it. All right, you ready to get to this last topic, man?
Yeah, what do we got?
Well, we had groundbreaking rulings from a court standpoint, man. Supreme Court ruling, man. Going against the NCAA unanimously, a 9-0 count that essentially approves the NCAA to not just be able to limit the compensation that they're able to give players. Now they can do a lot more with their image, likeness, and their branding as well. This is a significant step in terms of a ruling, in terms of guys actually being able to earn money and, at the collegiate level as athletes, which typically hasn't been the case. Typically, if you get $5 from someone, that could cost you a game. That could cost you eligibility.
Which is just ridiculous.
Whereas we would talk about coaches that were making millions of dollars, or how any other person in college, you can be a marketing major. You can be a freshman and have an internship at a Fortune 500 company that's a marketing guru, and you could be getting paid a great salary there as an intern, and nobody's going to speak negatively of you. They're not going to say you're not an amateur anymore. They're not going to say that this isn't pure or anything like that. We're going to say, man, this guy's ahead of the curve. This guy's, not only getting an education, but he's making money while getting experience. This is what you want. But with college sports, that was the disconnect. That was the one where they were saying, well, no, you're not allowed to earn money, even though you're generating billions of dollars. And the thing that the NCAA said was just the business model itself. The Supreme Court was saying that the business model itself, only in football would you even consider this to make sense, where the NCAA's argument for not paying players was our consumers like the fact that we don't pay our players, and they feel that that's what makes our product so good. And it's like, that would be like Walmart saying, well, hey, man, we don't want to pay our employees because our customers like Walmart better when they think we have people that work here for free. And it's like, no, that's not cool. Like, you got to pay players. Now, not saying that these guys should be making millions of dollars, and that's not going to be the case, but I do think that this was a significant step.
I don't know what the hell they're talking about, because college hoops has been a terrible product over the past 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was so good in the 2000s and the 90s.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, and I think it's based off these rules. You got to think, like LaMelo Ball, some of these dudes that could be going to college, they go overseas. They go try to find different opportunities, because the NCAA, it's just a terrible opportunity based off of not getting paid at all, or not even. It doesn't even necessarily have to be that the colleges pay you. It's
right.
like, how can I make some money while I'm doing this though?
This is the
car
thing,
sponsorships,
like branding,
social media stuff, whatever it is. If you can't allow that, then it's just a bad deal for anyone.
Yeah. And now I did see where Richard had brought up about athletes and they're getting the scholarships and free education. And I do agree with that. That is a part of it. But the difference is this: I know people that were on academic scholarships, they could still go and work and get money for their skills. They could still go and market what they do to earn. If they wanted to start a YouTube channel and profit on that, they could do that. Whereas college athletes, even if you're on scholarship or not on scholarship, because not every college athlete is on scholarship. Some of my best friends were walk-ons and never got a dime from a university, and they still had the same exact rules I had. So it doesn't always pertain to scholarship athletes either. But if any of us would have said, well, hey, man, this dealership wants me to do an autograph signing, or the bookstore that's selling my jersey, if I go in there and I try to get my jersey for free, I'm going to get in trouble for that. Or if they give me 5% of all of my jersey sales, I'm going to get in trouble for that. That's the difference. College people, I mean, think about it. It's a person in college right now that probably wrote some book that are selling it on Amazon. It don't have to be a bestseller, but they wrote a book, they're selling it, and they're profiting on that. They can do that. College athletes, we couldn't do that up until this ruling. So that's another reason why, man, it is very, very significant, man, for them to be able to do that now.
What's going to be really interesting to me is how the power dynamics play out with SEC or the big time conferences versus maybe schools like, because I'm thinking Pitt right now. Is this going to be something that SEC schools like Alabama and then even like Clemson, USC, like these big programs that they can take complete advantage of, and then the difference between the big schools and the mid-tier schools
even greater?
Or does this open up equal competition to schools like Pitt or not the football powerhouses to be like, yo, you can up your program by bringing in people that are really like social media savvy or business savvy that could look out for the players. In that vein, where it's like, yeah, I'd rather go to maybe a place like Pitt because they have people that can navigate these social media waters, that can get maybe business deals or
and
bring
a bigger brand individually.
Exactly. So it could go two ways. And that's why I find it really interesting. But I feel like Alabama or those type of schools already have those type of resources that they could do that. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I worry about that a little bit, but it's an equal playing field right now. But
see, that was the thing that I was concerned about. I know this because I had somebody give me that same argument. They were like, well, not everybody is Alabama. What about this mid-major school that might say, hey, we're going to allocate all our resources for this one guy? And my thing is, okay, say you're Pitt and say you have $100,000 marketing budget for a specific player. Now, we know that this player is already going to be not the biggest star coming in because we know all the bigger name guys are going to go to your Alabamas, your Clemsons, your Ohio States. We know this. So you're already working with a little bit of a mid-tier recruit. So say your budget is $100,000 that you're going to offer this guy, not cash, but we got $100,000 budget for your marketing that we can generate signings here, endorsement here, ultimately do this thing to make money. Well, if Pitt's marketing balance or marketing budget is $100,000 and Alabama's marketing budget is like $1 million, they're going to be able to get those kids too. That's the part where I started to get a concern. And then also I thought of going back to remember when Title IX came out, right? That was a big deal. And what Title IX basically said was you're going to have to evenly allocate resources to all these programs, not just the programs that generate the money. So it can't just be football gets the money. No, you got to make sure that golf gets a little bit of money or wrestling gets money. And the adverse effect of that was schools started to say, we're going to just drop programs instead of trying to pay all of these programs equally or fund these programs equally. So that's another thing that you might have to be concerned about, because say you are a mid-major, say you are the University of Buffalo, and you're like, bro, I can't keep up with Syracuse. I can't keep up with West Virginia. I can't keep up with Michigan, Ohio. Why am I going to keep my program? I'm losing money having this football program here. So now, because you're not getting those type of guys in there, now you're really not competitive. Nobody's tuning into you. What if you just say, we just drop our football program? Saves them money, but you think about how many of those kids now, number one, lose out on education. Number two, lose out on the opportunity to play college football. Like, that's the other side where you have to be cautious as well, man. It's very nuanced, man.
No, you're 100% right. Because
very
then
nuanced,
what
bro.
can you do then? Maybe put a cap on the type of budgets that people can put into their programs from that standpoint in terms of endorsements, sponsorships, and I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I do think just the end of the day, getting this going into this direction is probably the right move. There is going to be consequences, though. You just got to try to navigate that because the system that they had wasn't good. So
Absolutely,
at least
man.
try to improve it a little bit. You just gotta figure out the negatives.
Only the NCAA could make this business model sound like it would make sense. Like, imagine, Deke, if I said, hey, you gonna come in here, you gonna work, you gonna bust your tail. I'm not gonna pay you anything because everybody that watches, they like it better when they think you don't get money. You'll be like, what? That don't make sense. Like, all this I'm doing, I'm doing this, and I don't get any of that. Like, we would have it would be an issue. You would be like, I'm not showing up anymore. That's what the NCAA has been doing, and we all put it on the premise of free education. But everybody isn't on scholarship. And when you start to go down to these smaller programs, right? A D1 school might have 75 scholarships, right? 90 guys on the roster, only 75 scholarships. Now when you go to the 1AA, it might be 55 scholarships. Now when you go D2, it might be 20 scholarships. D3, 0 scholarships. But yet everybody is having the same rules and the same restrictions on what they can and cannot do. Yeah, that's a major flaw right there, man. But now Michael brings up a good point here. Michael, we appreciate your contribution. He says paying players also adds a new dynamic of players getting in trouble before making the NFL. He does bring up a good point because with that money at that young of an age, what some of these guys will be able to generate. Imagine Johnny Manziel. If he was able to market himself and make money, he probably would have been.
He talked about it. He got like $30K illegally easily, from just signing some stuff.
Like he would easily be making 6 figures while there. So you could imagine that type of money at 18, 19, even at 21, 22, what it did to him was kind of wacky. But at that age, that could.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Do you put a cap on it somehow, some way?
But are you?
I don't know if that's the answer either. That doesn't really make sense to me.
Like,
I know.
If you're an intern, if you're working your internship, how can I tell you have a cap on how much money you're able to make? Like, if your market is that should be what you're able to make, right?
I agree. Yeah. That's what I mean. That doesn't make complete sense either.
Mm-hmm. And Scott Thomas, he brought up this right here, talking about the jersey sales in NCAA and just how huge they've been and how players traditionally have gotten $0. In fact, AJ Green got suspended for selling one of his jerseys. It's crazy. This is what had been going on with the NCAA, man. So it's definitely good to see this starting to change.
Yeah, that needed to be changed. Now where do we go from here is the question.
But in terms of capping it, this is the part that makes it interesting to me. Because a guy like Trevor Lawrence, right? With the way inflation works, with the way the market works, and just how us in America, the numbers continue to go up. He might have been flirting with $1 million, right?
Sure.
Easily. He could have been flirting with that. Or if he would have started a football camp and say, I'm going to charge $1,000 a head.
Think of Tebow down in Florida.
Bro,
Leonard at USC.
Oh my God. Like, it would have been insane. They could literally charge $1,000 a head for a football camp. Get 200 kids in there. Boom. Like, that's what those guys are capable of. So to put a cap on it, what I would probably do this. I've seen this, I think, with NBA, they do this. They're trying to do it with some of the NFL teams, with some of the younger players, right? When they get these bigger deals, instead of giving them that money directly, they put it in different like escrow accounts and stuff like that, where they'll get a certain portion of it up front, but they don't get all of it. It has like, they can't touch it until like certain ages and stuff like that. I know Allen Iverson has something similar to that as well. He actually said that's the biggest reason why he's not broke now. Like, it was something with his Reebok deal. That's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah, it was something with his Reebok deal.
You have the spending money that you can have just to go out and stuff, whatever it is.
So the way his is set up, he had a lump sum up front, but then it was after age 40 or something like that, he would get a couple of $1 million like every couple of years, and it would just continue on like that. And that's ultimately how he said, man, he survived, and why he didn't go broke was because that money was waiting on him. Otherwise, he said he'd have been just like everyone else. So that is something that they could look into, because those younger guys, they are not accustomed to having that type of money. Even us, when we make it professionally, it takes us a couple of years to understand how to handle that money, how to say yes, how to say no to people and things like that.
I think it protects you from agents and these people that are out here that are probably just using you as a cash grab too. If your money's just out there for the future, it can't be touched. all you have is X amount for this year, your sophomore year, your junior year, whatever it is, that you could use just as extra spending money, then all of a sudden, I don't think those dudes can be coming for you like that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a loophole to that, but just kind of speaking out loud with ideas here.
Yeah, now, Eric Hargrove says, it should only be a cap on profit sharing in regards to the sports programs.
Yeah.
Not for the internships or the other jobs. I agree with that too. Like, because obviously we know certain sports are going to generate crazy paper, which they should. But yeah, you can cap how much you should give to the other people, because yeah, if you over here, you making all that money, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
Wait, what's he talking about then? Like the amount of money that they
I'm taking
use towards
like
their players.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think he's saying it like that in terms of, all right, if we generated an extra $500,000 for our players only, there should be a limit on how much they should have to share with other sport programs. That's what I think he's saying. So if the cap was, hey, every year you're going to have to share 30 grand with this program. So if you made $2 million, it's still going to be capped at 30 grand. It's not going to be increasing because you were able to increase your budget. That's what I think he's saying.
Okay. I'm going to have to think about that a little bit more. Because it goes back to what I was saying, the resources that Alabama is going to be putting towards their program versus potentially Pitt or like Boston College.
Or even JMU. I think of like mid-major.
Like if somehow you could equal that out. I mean, these schools are going to find loopholes, but at least make it so they have to find the loopholes as opposed to it being out in front like that.
But then the other thing that I was like a little cautionary about was when you start having that type of money that could be sent to players, right? In terms of, hey, man, I'm Alabama. We got this marketing set up, man. We could do this and this and this. What starts to happen, I feel, is you get the kids that, and we're already seeing the transfer portal become a thing, and people are starting to transfer for various reasons. But I think we'll see a lot more of that, because if I'm at this school, right, and I've built up JMU, I've been there for 2 years now, and I'm doing my thing. I'm about to become a star here. But if Virginia Tech were to come and they say, well, hey, look, man, the JMU marketing team that's around you right now, they're doing good. They're building your platform, but we can do a lot more. And we can make sure that you're going to earn this much money while doing it. I'm leaving. I'm not going to be at JMU. And I think we would see a lot more of that. And I bring it up because, number one, it's going to suck for us as fans, because it's like, man, it's going to be hard to really fall in love with our team when we're going to be losing those type of players like that. But the second thing that I bring up is the development of the players. I'm more concerned about, because for me, college wise, I always enjoy college because you are guaranteed to have 3 to 4 years of being there and having to develop, have to learn from that system. And that's where you really can hone your skills. But if you're treating those years of college of, I'm not looking to develop, I'm looking to get money, you're not going to be able to be as developed as you should be. You're not going to be able to be the player that you could potentially be. And ultimately, as hard as it is to make it to the NFL, now you're going to put yourself at a disadvantage, because you're not going to be having all those fine-tuned things, because you've been bounced around from here to here. Even though this coach is the best coach for you, this fit is the best fit for you on field, but because they were giving you more money, you wanted to hop over there. That's the other part where I'm just like, you got to worry about that, because I know I for a fact would probably have done that. Like, if the money would be better at this university versus this one, yeah, at 18, 19 years old, yeah, you're going to be looking at that money like, dude, I got my family, lights turned off right now. Like, dude, I'm over here scraping up money for Wendy's for a nugget. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you're going to tell me I can get more over here, like, I'm going. So that's the part where I'm just like, even more, you really got to be careful with this thing, man.
Got to be careful. And the thing that's interesting to me, though, is maybe the thing that needs to be taught then is you got to be thinking long term with this.
Yeah.
Because I think there is the valid point of, hey, I just need money right now. I need to take care of my family. Like, you should always be looking out for that.
True.
But also, that's not the be all end all. Like, you can do that, but you also got to still put in the work, because I think ultimately that's who's going to rise to the top. Because the fluff, like the marketing stuff, I'm this and that, I'm getting my name out there. If you're not performing, it's like, bro, that's all it is then. It's all fluff. So, like,
but
long term.
How many 5-star athletes come out and they're all world and they're big time social media following, but they get to these universities and they struggle. They get to these universities and, oh, you're 5-star. That's cool. He's 5-star. He's 5-star. He's 5-star. Like, they kind of get lost in that shuffle, but that could, man, it could play into those bad decisions though, bro.
Oh, it definitely can.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think there needs to be other voices with this. But dude, that's what it is, man. You know, social media, attention, all this stuff. It's gonna reign supreme, like in the moment.
Yeah.
But I think the truth, the long-term stuff, that the shit you read in books, the stuff you hear from like really wise people and speakers, that's the stuff that's probably gonna play out for you better long-term. If you're thinking about like an NFL career,
True.
At the end of the day,
or at least you would hope.
However much you're getting paid, like maybe that should be the goal. You're getting X amount of money so you can take care of yourself, take care of your family. But long-term, I still gotta put in the work if I want to get drafted. I want to make it to the league and whatnot.
All I'm gonna say is, bro, you're speaking from a wise perspective. You're older. Us at 18, us at 19, us at 20, us at 21. We're not thinking like that.
No, 100%. That's why it is going to change a little bit. It's going to change a little bit for sure.
Like, it's you got to be real careful with that thing, man. And I wonder if they could. My lip got dry. But I wonder, could they do something similar to what the NFL does in terms of having it's like what the NFL they do.
Those symposiums.
Well, obviously the symposiums are huge, but the certified financial planners and advisors that they can use. It's a list that have to go through NFL level clearing, NFL level background checks, NFL level teaching to make sure that we understand we're all on the same page and nobody's going to get, taken advantage of. Now, guys get taken advantage of still because they decide to go with somebody outside of that network of NFL certified financial advisors. But if the NCAA decided, or if they used a third party private, if you didn't trust the NCAA anymore, which I could totally understand, I would still want to see them have like a group of, okay, these are the financial advisors that everybody is going to have access to, or these are the guys you pull from. And if you're a financial advisor, I mean, it makes sense to put your name in that pool anyways. You'll make money on the investments, but they don't have to pay these people. No, you only pay them when you make money in terms of investments that are successful. So it's a low risk, high reward, but it will protect them from just making reckless, bad financial decisions.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
That's something I could definitely see them thinking about doing, man.
You brought up this point a while back. I remember you talking about college. I think even LeVar Arrington was talking about this too. Like, there is something to playing college football with your boys in college. Don't have to worry about money.
Slumming it, being broke. Absolutely.
You said there was like a purity to it. Like, if you look back on your favorite football years, you would say it was in college football.
Absolutely.
So that's something that's probably just not going to be the same anymore.
I feel like,
but not saying college football as it was pure, because NCAA was taking advantage.
I
so
put it like this.
Something needed to change.
I think as a whole, it still will have its purity, because what we're talking about in terms of the people getting paid, we're talking about the outliers, the 5% or 10% of actual college athletes. When we look at Alabama's roster, right? How many guys are on their roster right now? About 80 guys. How many of them actually went to the NFL last year? You know what I mean? Like, as much as
7 or 8. I don't know.
Right. So with that, it's like, what I'm basically saying is, even with these programs, the people that we're talking about making this type of money, it's a small select few of them. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think that it's going to get to the point where it's all money, 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 NFL, no purity there. I still think a large amount of these guys are still going to have that purity, because if you're the backup left guard, your marketing ability isn't going to be that crazy. I mean, you still be able to generate money, which you should, but it's not going to be to the point where you lose the purity element of it at the NCAA level. That's basically what I'm trying to say right there.
Get what you're saying.
Yeah, man.
That was good, though. We don't really have necessarily answers for all this, but I do think it's a step in the right direction versus what the NCAA was, because I don't think that was the answer. Something had to change at some point, because those stories, like you said, of just, hey, what was something about tattoo? What was Terrell Pryor? Something with tattoos?
Yeah, he got a free tattoo. The guy was a Ohio State
like
fan.
It's just ridiculous. Like, some of those stories are absurd.
He got the free tattoo, and then obviously forfeited wins. We know Reggie Bush, I think, was the car. Was Reggie Bush the car? Yeah, I think he got a car or something like that. Cost him the Heisman and the national championship, but we still say Reggie Bush the Heisman Trophy winner from that year. I don't care what none of y'all gonna tell me. Y'all not gonna make me unsee that. So yeah,
there's just so many stories where it's just like, this lacks common sense. So something needed to change. There's obviously a lot of obstacles that we just talked about here. It's not like it's gonna be perfect, or it's like wow, just because we did this, college football is in such a better place. There's actually going to be a lot of obstacles here trying to navigate this, but hopefully, hopefully we make it better.
This was fun though, man.
It was a fun conversation.
That's a good convo right there, man. Good convo. Let me see. We try and read through some of these, man. They are like super wordy.
That's a deep topic.
It is, man. But a lot of them were, man, basically saying right here, Donald Copeland, man, the NCAA was robbing them kids, man. It's a shame. James says, what about $1,000 a month for bills / food, books, etc.? Almost like a monthly stipend type thing. Now, we do have some of those things already in place. And I know that's evolved since I've been in college. I know when my first years in college, we couldn't receive any type of stipends during the summer time frame or something like that. And then towards the junior senior, we started being able to get like monthly checks from that. So that part, I know that has been continuing to grow. But yeah, man. And a lot of people are talking about the NCAA jersey sales, players being able to get a cut of that. That should be something.
Yeah, put the name on their jersey.
Seriously, dude. Absolutely, man. Scott brought up that right there, man. So I definitely agree with that as well, man.
Yeah, because now they're going to be re-releasing NCAA football, I think, in a year. And I think with that, if this rolling goes hand in hand with it in a way, you could even put the names on the jerseys and the names on the icons in NCAA football too.
True, yeah.
So maybe you could do that. There's a bunch of different. I'm sure they're going to be able to get money. Now the question is what we were talking about is like, how do you make it equal for all the schools so there's a fair competitive landscape? And then what do you do with the couple players that are just maybe all in on the money, all in on the marketing, that type of stuff. And there's so many different elements to this. Because like you got the star quarterback, they could be making millions of dollars versus the starting
Zach
left
Wilson
tackle.
And BYU, man.
Yeah, it's just going to be different. Like how do you navigate all this stuff? And then how do you keep interest for the fans? Because all of a sudden, what if it becomes way more about the individual bouncing around teams? It's like, I can't really get behind Pitt. I can't really get behind my team because I don't even... There's no connection there anymore. But we'll see how it plays out because this may or may not be the case.
Yeah, we will see, man. But either way, it's groundbreaking and it needed to happen, man. So I'm glad about that, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, indeed, man. So looks like we go? No, we didn't go 3 hours.
No way.
No, we didn't. We're at 2 hours though. We're good. We're
Okay.
good. We're good. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all enjoy this wake and bake. This rise and grind. Hope it was, everything that you hoped and dreamed it would be. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. And shout out to you, Richard, man, for this being your first one. You did stay on the whole time, and he said a whole thing early of streaming. Man, we appreciate you though, baby. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, man, appreciate everybody. Oh, no. Before I go,
you have a plug.
I did forget. I forgot something, man. I do have a plug, man. This weekend, man. Yes, indeed. This weekend, I will be in Grantsville, Maryland, actually, man, at the JTF at Grantsville Days, June 26th from 3 to 6 p.m. Was at Grantsville Park in Grantsville, Maryland. It's like 2 hours from Pittsburgh. Doing a meet and greet book signing as well, man. They have a whole weekend event thing going on down there at the JTF facilities in Grantsville Days, man, out in there, Maryland. Like I said, Grantsville, Maryland. So definitely check that out, man. Make sure I talk about that when we post again on Friday. But yeah, man, like I said, meet and greet, book signing, having a little bit of fun. But other than that, appreciate you for tuning in.
Yeah.
And until next time, baby.
Peace.
Yeah, I definitely forgot to say that shit.